Game number 1, guys. It's coming up. It's going to be Franks versus Vietnamese. Not really sure if we are going to have enough time to even take a look at the stats. Maybe after introducing the civilizations. But let's go. And there you are. Welcome everyone, guys, to game number 1 in this set. Let's update this. We're also going to be removing ACCM's suffix. This is a best of 7, indeed. Christmas Showmatch. $300 by Meshuga. Oh god. There we go. Perfect. And yeah, MbL then, he's gonna be playing up north. He's got the Franks over here. That means he's going to get 20% extra HP on stable units starting with the Fuel Age, as well as free farm upgrades. He gets also 15% faster working foragers, and on top of that, we also have a 25% discount on castles. There we go. And for the team bonus, his Nightline units will have 2 extra line of sight. Meanwhile, for ACCM, who's going to be playing on the left-hand side, he's got Vietnamese that's going to give him 20% extra HP on archer units, as well as free conscription, and he knows the starting location of enemy TCs at the very beginning. Besides that, they won't have to pay any wood for eco upgrades, and for the team bonus, they get access to the Imperial Skirmisher upgrade and unit. So let's go and take a look at the map generation. MbL, first off, he's got the main goal on the back, which is beautiful. Then he's got the secondary goal on the left-hand side, and the other secondary goals on the right-hand side. However, you notice all the woodland he's got over here. If he decides to go for walls from here to here, and then just connect the dots towards the edge of the map, or even from here to here, he would still be able to secure this woodland, which is fantastic, of course. And then he would have also the berries in front over here secured as well. If he decides to go for a little bit easier walls, maybe something like from here towards the TC, and maybe something like this, that'll be cheaper. He will be able to still secure the woodline, but not so much the gold anymore, not so much the berries. So what we showed sooner, actually, or earlier rather, I think it's going to be the best potential wallout that he could go for. But I don't think that's going to be necessarily something he goes for at the very beginning. I think he's probably gonna be aiming for that kind of wallout, but at the very beginning I'm pretty sure he's just gonna be going for walls around the individual resources. Vietnamese Chong. Yeah. I want to see the win rate between Vietnamese and Franks, but let's take a look at the civilization. Oh, actually, let's take a look at the map generation for ACCM first. So, for the red player on the left-hand side, he's got the main goal on the back, which is pretty good. He's got both secondary goals on the right-hand side. And yeah, berries are a little bit forward. He does have a stone over here on the back as well. He's kind of close to the corner of the map. Yeah, but you can see that he's not going for the walls towards the edge. At the very least, not directly. He could potentially later on go for something like this, right? But at the very beginning, it seems to me like he's probably just going to be trying to go for something like this. If he does get these walls up, he's still going to be able to secure the gold over here on the back. He could potentially go for local walls around the berries and still protect this as well. And even if he goes for these very, very tiny walls, he will be able to protect the wood line over here. So this is actually not bad, you know? I'm assuming that we are live right now, so I'm just going to continue. Let me know what is the last thing that you saw, by the way, because I was talking about map control for ACCM on the left-hand side. Now it's working, thank you. So yeah, I was saying that on the left, because of MbL's secondary golds over here being so exposed, and because of the hills making it hard for him to get... Same post game, perfect, thank you. And because of the hills making this very difficult for him to actually TC the extra resources, he could potentially go for a TC on the right-hand side, no problem, right, to protect this gold. Yeah, but then up here, he needs to go for a castle eventually in the Castle Age, so that he can protect the stone and the other secondary gold. If he does go for this, that's going to be good enough. Okay, it's going in favor of MbL. ACCM, yeah. MbL ends up bailing though, because ACCM had the villagers over there. Good job. Castle H or Fuel H rather here for both players. Spearman coming up from both as well. Stable. Is it already up? No, it's coming up for MbL. And we have an archer range coming in over here for ACCM. So yeah, before we get any further, I'm just going to take a quick look at the stats to see about this matchup, if it actually happened during KOTD. So Franks versus Vietnamese, they have no, they have not played against Vietnamese during KOTD, so we have no information about this matchup. It's going to be the first time. Good job. Spearman here from MbL should provide enough protection. Hey, Sneaky! Merry Christmas to you too as well, and to your family. Nice to see you around. I hope everything's going alright. Let's check. Wolf's coming up for MbL. In the end, he is kind of going for kind of similar walls to what we were suggesting. To the right hand side, at the very least, it seems like he's going to be connecting to the edge of the map. On the left hand side, he's actually not connecting to the wood line. This I find very surprising, because this is going to be much more expensive to get up, much more time consuming for the villagers to finish, and is not going to secure quite as much. If he just connected both wood lines over here, he will be able to secure both the secondary goal as well as the stone on the back. And then an additional wood line as well. This wood line will be secure as well. But let's see. Here comes the archer from ACCM. Cannot do too much. MbL's got his own archer range coming up. Yeah, and he's got the counter-strike coming in as well, but ACCM's already completely walled up. He's built a small nest for himself, a small cocoon. Yeah, from which MbL's gonna have to force him out eventually. But anyway, I'm liking MbL's walls significantly better. If he can get away with this without having to spend like 3-4 villagers to get it up, I think it's ideal. And he was very patient. He was using only one villager at a time. Now he's got the scouts coming back, and let's see. He's going for the archer. The archer was definitely the main issue, but now the spearman though, getting a good trade over here. That's going to be one scout going down and 2 scouts. Not quite. Alright. Spearman go down. Now MbL should be able to finish, getting the walls up, and he's sending a villager over to the back. Good job. On the right hand side, it's still very much open though, and he's got one villager idle waiting for it. But it doesn't seem like we'll get too much fuel H action before we get both players trying to go up to the castle H ASAP. Blacksmith coming in for ACCM. That's going to be the second building for him, but also very necessary for fletching, of course. And MbL on the other hand, he's got, yeah, already the stable and the archer range. Is he going to get a blacksmith up so he can go for fletch himself for the skirmishers? Not yet. But he's making a switch to gold. That means he's gonna be thinking of going out to the castle age as well. That's pretty standard. Once you get like 16 food workers, 18 food workers, gonna start thinking of gold income. And ACCM's got wheelbarrow coming out right now as well. And he's catching up. And food workers, 14 right now. MbL's got 15, ACCM going up to 16. That means ACCM should be getting more to go up a little bit sooner. Despite MbL's production being fairly conservative and not going for any extra scouts. I'm pretty sure, just to try and get to the castle H ASAP and not delay it too much. But let's see, here comes ACCM. There we go. Good job. It's got fletching already, so these villagers won't be able to take resources from there anymore, and MbL will have to make the switch up to the north, where he already has, I think, 2 lumber camps. Can ACCM actually range these villagers, though? Alright. Man, this is a thick wood line. I think even if we saw a tower on the back over here, it wouldn't be enough to range the villagers, maybe more to the side. But that would be just wasted resources for ACCM, especially if we take a look at his scouting information. He knows where MbL has walled to, and he knows that there is a wood line available to MbL over here on the back, so trying to deny this wouldn't really do too much for him. Good job though from MbL, well played. ACCM's gonna be indeed the first one going up to the castle H, while MbL is getting very close. He's got almost enough food. He's got already the gold. He's got the buildings. Yeah. He had to go for a few extra skirmishers in the end, though. He's bringing those over. So that ends up delaying his castle H a little bit, and ACCM's looking very strong. There's a reason Vietnamese have actually performed so well during KOTD. They are very, very strong. It's very convenient for us that KOTD Arabia and Ranked Arabia is actually the same map now. But they are using KOTD Arabia anyway. Even if they were using like the built-in Arabia, I think it'll be the same if I'm not mistaken. Maybe KOTD Arabia had a few small updates during the tournament. I'm not really sure. But yeah, let's see. Okay, we should be live once again. I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to remove the pause and go for it. I swear, guys, anybody who might watch the stream frequently knows that this actually doesn't really happen very often. It's just very unfortunate timing for whatever it is that's going wrong to go wrong. OBS just kept on saying that I was live, so yeah, go figure. Anyway, I tried switching servers right now, so maybe that's going to help. Who knows? Maybe it was the Brazilian server? I don't know. If we have another drop, let me know, and I'm just going to try with a US server. Maybe Brazilian servers are expecting some, are actually experiencing rather some issues. Anyway, we are back. Yeah, don't worry. If we ever see that drop screen, I'm just going to be back in less than 1 minute for sure. And just a minor annoyance, I guess. As long as it doesn't happen too often, I think it's gonna be fine. Good job though. MbL's cleaned this up. There we go. I don't hear any sounds. Does anybody else actually hear any sounds? Let me know, please, because I'm starting to get worried right now. Anyway, good job over here on the left-hand side. ACCM's got a very nice push going because MbL does not have elite skirmishers just yet. ACCM should be in a pretty good spot still. Yeah, with these crosses, he should be able to keep on putting pressure up and let's continue. I am recording this locally, by the way. It's probably the worst time for OBS or whatever it is that's having issues to have issues, right? We should be here now. And thank you so much for the raid. Don't hear anything. What? No audio. Why though? Oh god, I'm actually gonna have to restart the stream. Okay, 1 second. Okay. We are here, guys. I'm sorry about all the issues. Let me know if you can hear me, if you can see the stream at all. Working? Okay. Oh god, thank god, yeah. I'm very sorry once again. Okay, we're just going to keep on going. I'm very sorry once again about all the issues. This usually never happens. And everybody watching my stream frequently knows. So this is probably just unlucky timing for whatever it is that was going wrong to go wrong, right? So yeah, we're just going to keep on going. ACCM was on the left-hand side. Good stuff. Yeah, I had never seen the bug either. On my end, like, sound was working fine, and I never even dropped. If it weren't because of you guys saying that in the chat, I wouldn't have known that we dropped, because OBS just kept on saying that we were right. That we were right online. So yeah, I'm sorry about the issues. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're gonna be able to catch up for game 2 or game 3 for sure. So yeah. Here come the Knights though from ACCM. We have defensive Scorpions already for MbL, but nothing against the Knights just yet. He's got a monastery, but only now the first monk's coming out. By the way, I am recording this locally as well, so if this doesn't end up going up to YouTube, it's going to be without any of the issues. I'm just going to cut that off. There you are. Yeah, good stuff. Unlucky timing is when you're a small streamer doing medieval show matches, get rated by 2k Viper viewers and stream crashes 15 minutes later. Oh man, I've been there as well. Good job. He gets the Magnus down. Now ACCM's the one putting the pressure up. He's got a third DC coming up right next to the second DC. This is really interesting to see. I thought he was going to try and secure the gold down south of it. Does he even know about it? He should know, right? He knows about it, yes. By the way, once again, thank you so much for the raid. I said that before, but I think it was while the stream did not have any sound. It's very much appreciated, and everybody coming to the stream for the first time as well. Welcome, you guys. This show match, special Christmas show match, is sponsored by Meshuggah. It's going to be a best of 7 series between ACCM and ACCM. It was slated to be a play-all. In the end, it's going to be a best of, so that's why you're going to see in the banner that it says 7 games. I mean, it might still be 7 games though, hopefully, right? Nice job! Bold Magnus down! Between ACCM and MbL. Yeah, it seems that it's me, the one who's glitching now. He's going after the Magnet once again. The monks are over there though. ACCM's going to lose one. He's going to lose both to the conversion. Good job from MbL. Villager count very, very similar for both players right now. Even though MbL is only on 2 TCs, ACCM still has not had enough time to really take advantage of the third TC to get ahead, right? Like he's got only one extra villager. But yeah, it's pretty good that he's got control of the hills in front of his base though, because this could definitely have gone really badly for him. Regardless, Town Watch is coming in. Stone Mine is coming in. ACCM is going to be prioritizing economy. Both players already on Heavy Plow and Bosa as well. Wheelbarrow too. No handcart, but it's fine. Now ACCM started to slowly but surely get ahead in villager count. 3 extra villagers compared to ACCM, make that 4. He roams around with the archers on the right hand side. One villager going down, yes. Another villager going down, good job. MbL keeping the lead for ACCM, very, very small. And he's got a Magnet already out. He's got to be careful, even if he's got the hill advantage over here. If MbL plays his cards right, he should be able to delete his Mangonel and still get a good trade. So we'll see. Castle coming in for MbL. ACCM has made the switch to stone himself, so he should be able to go for a castle soon. But not just yet. Let's see. This might be risky though for MbL in the end. That's a good trade for MbL. It's going to be 1 for 0. 2 for 0. No Magnus going down though from ACCM at all. He still has the crosses over here. He was able to take a bunch of villagers down. There's only 3 left over here for MbL to work with, but sticking over there with these archers is going to be super risky for ACCM, so he's just going to let the castle come up instead. There you are. Yeah, castle's coming up for sure. There we go. He's got bulky narrow already, so this is going to be about 10 tiles range, right? So I think that's gonna be probably something like this. It's gonna be protected with that castle, but he doesn't really deny any resources from ACCM, so I think the red player is going to be fine. MbL will be going out to the Imperial Lich faster though, and he's got a second castle coming up on the right hand side. Cheaper castles, good stuff. Yeah. And ACCM, if he wanted to go up to Imperial Lich, he would be able to go up himself too. He would have to balance his economy because he's got plenty of wood. MbL used the market a little bit to go up, but not too heavily. There we go. Yeah. How is it going up sooner? Well, he did not have to pay anything for the farm upgrades, for instance. And also he did not go for extra TCs. He saved resources over there, or he went for the second TC but not the third TC. He's going for the third TC now, but he had the resources for the TC earlier. He went up to Imperial Lich and delayed it instead. And that's going to allow him to go up a little bit sooner. That should be, there we go, a minute and a half or so of a lead, I think. Yeah, a minute and 21 seconds of a head start for MbL to get to the Imperial Lich. So that's going to be more than enough for him to get a trebuchet out if he does go for one. I think he's going to go for one because ACCM very soon is going to go for a castle. Now, where is ACCM going to place the castle? There are a few ways, or a few places for him to go for it. He can go for it on the right-hand side, probably around here, right? Or he can go for it maybe on the left-hand side and protect this gold too. Whatever he goes for, though, MbL should be able to... Oh! He's actually going for the castle forward. So MbL should be able to get a trebuchet out before ACCM gets to the Imperial Lich, and he should be able to start trebucheting this castle down before ACCM gets a chance of even queuing one trebuchet out, so... Looking pretty good for the blue player. He's got the 4 TC coming up, the 5th TC coming up for MbL. Players are just completely ignoring 50% of the map right now. Just playing up north. And what do we have inside the Siege Workshop? Only Mangonel, so yeah, ACCM won't really be able to do too much. Also, he's not going to switch into anything else, so it's going to be only Arbalesters. Against Franks, that could be risky, even though Frank skirmishers are not the best because, like in many upgrades, the extra attack, the extra defense, right? They get Cavalier, they get Knight, which are amazing. Extra HP, some of the strongest cavalry units in the game. So yeah. I really like the painted thing. Thank you. There we go. Trebuchet is already out, as expected. Castle from ACCM is going to start getting tripped down before he even gets a chance of getting the first rep queued up himself. So it's looking pretty good for MbL. There's also the fact that he's got 2 castles to work with, so on paper, he could potentially go for 2 trebuchets at a time. There you are. Castle's taking a lot of heat over here. Good job, second trebuchet already out. Meanwhile, ACCM's only going to get the first one out himself. I'm not too sure about the elevation over here though. I feel it might be a little bit higher elevation for the castle over here. Yeah, I think he's actually not taking that much damage. Yeah, he's taking only 3 damage per shot. So this castle is actually higher up compared to the trebuchets. It's going to allow for ACCM to survive. And also, will make it easier for ACCM to do a lot more damage to MbL's castle. You can see over here. Per shot, MbL's castle is going to be taking 600 damage or close to it, right? 500. Meanwhile, it's only 300 per shot that ACCM's castle is taking as damage. So, it's actually pretty good. He might still be able to get the castle down from MbL, even though he's most likely going to end up losing his zone too. A lot of pikemen over here for ACCM. He's making the switch. Good job. And MbL's going for another castle over here. So even though both players will end up losing the castles, most likely. Let's check. There we go. MbL's got another one up himself. MbL has no cost castles though. Kinda does, but then the left-hand side over here is very much exposed because both castles are going to be protecting the right-hand side of his economy. But let's see, here comes ACCM. He's got the Arbalister upgrade just in time, and he gets chemistry at the same time as well. So to boot, these archers become so much stronger with the pikemen over here as well. These knights won't be able to engage, and MbL has a lot of resources. He's not going for Cavalier just yet. He's going to have enough resources to even go for Paladin very soon, but what is the plan over here? Just mangonels? Is he going to go for onagers? I don't see the onager upgrade either. So he's gotten to the Imperial Age, and all he's been able to do was get trebuchets out of the castle, get one castle down from ACCM, but no damage. No actual units going down, and the castle crumbles from MbL. ACCM looking strong. We see, yeah, some knights queued up, but all the trebuchets down. 1,200 resources down the gutter for MbL, and here comes ACCM with Halberdier, Magnus, trebuchets, and Arbalister to take on everything. This guy should be going down for sure. We'll see more Magnus queued up for MbL, but still no onager. These are not going to be anywhere near strong against Arbalisters at all. If MbL can get a good shot over here, then maybe he can do something, but ACCM is being kind of risky though. He needs to scatter the units over here. Otherwise he could end up taking big shots. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, but very good reaction. ACCM was paying attention at all times. Now this CC might go down. He's got the trebuchets over here as well, taking the siege workshops down. We have onager upgrade for MbL, but the onagers are going down. Very good reaction over here from ACCM, and good job. Yeah, that TC is about to crumble. Well played. Well played. He's got the trebuchets on the hill. He's got more arbalisters queued up, coming out by the minute from 3 archer ranges. Meanwhile, MbL's got knights queued up, yes, but no cavalier upgrade just yet. He doesn't even have blade bar and armor, so these arbalisters are going to have a feast on the knights. Yeah, check how quickly they go down. They get completely melted. MbL's units getting absolutely shredded. Yeah, now with the TCs going down to the trebuchets, I'm not really sure if MbL is going to be able to do too much. This castle will make it a little bit harder for ACCM to get to the right-hand side, but he should eventually be able to do it. And because MbL needs to replenish his economy, that's going for extra farms, for extra TCs on the right-hand side, he's going to spend a lot of resources that otherwise he will be able to use to go for something else, right? And Hand Cannoneer coming out for MbL right now? Hand Cannoneer Knights? Well, Arbalisters are going to take care of both those things. So, even though he'll be countering the Halberdier on paper. Actually, the Arbalisters should be enough. for ACCM to take on all the units MbL's got right now, especially because there is no meat shield for the bull player at all, right? No plate bar in armor is going to make these knights very, very squishy. Good counter A though. He was able to take a few villagers down over here. But yeah. ACCM started to run out of gold. Let's see. He's got this one down south he's collecting from. He still has a few tiles. Up north, yeah, he's gonna be run out, but he can take MbLs right now as well on the left-hand side. Good job. Yeah, notice how ACCM's going straight to the right. He's not going to waste any time on the left. That's a big mounted shot though, or onager rather. Even though the onager ended up going down, that's going to buy him a little bit of time. Good job. One trebuchet down out of 2. But the bombard cannon should be going down right now as well. Yes, it is. Good job. Yeah, the onager's going down. Still gets a few arbalesters, but ACCM definitely in the driver's seat over here, and I don't see this changing in the next few minutes at all. It's about time for ACCM to try and get control of this gold as well. Maybe try and push MbL away from this area only so that he can secure the gold. Otherwise, he can go around the map. There are still some neutral resources still left untapped, right? So like ACCM could go and collect this one, but I'm really sure if he's actually gotten any scouting information outside just the area between his base and MbL's base. Yeah, it seems like he's just only being scouting between both these bases. Okay, barracks coming up on the right. Interesting, when you see barracks coming up as if he was trying to go for Hazard from barracks. Yeah, you know it's going to be tough, right? MbL will get clapped by Halberdier over here. He's trying to go for a defensive castle. Just gonna try to hold on, but I mean 110, right? 110 population compared to 189. Damn! Wow! Flygon! Brelum, thank you so much. Is that Brelum or is that Brelum? Thank you so much for the bits. Very much appreciated. And Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you too. To everyone watching the stream right now, Merry Christmas to those of you who celebrated as well. I hope you had a great Christmas Eve last night. And I hope you're having a great Christmas right now. And if Twitch does not go kaput on me, hopefully it's going to be a great Christmas because of this show match as well. For anybody who might not have had the Christmas they maybe were hoping for. There we are. The new Flygon was camped on Justin TV when I registered my Justin TV account. Justin TV, I remember, yeah. I think that's when I got my first account created as well, so long ago. Good job. Yeah. Halberdier doing a lot of damage over here to MbL's economy. So even if he's not taking villagers down, he's silent in this TC, right? Or rather, a lot of economy around the TC. 15 villagers garrisoned over there. ACCM, on the other hand, is going for another castle, and he'll be on 200 population very soon, while MbL still on 120 or so. So beautiful Halberdier rates on the left-hand side. Yes, he's got the barracks over here. Bombard cannon coming out. It's going to take care of both the siege workshop and the TC. Meanwhile, on the right-hand side, yeah, still more Halberdier coming out. It's going to be a little bit harder for him to raid with only this because of the castle. Yeah, but he's gonna try to get a castle up on the right, it seems. He's got a bunch of villages and he's got an outpost. Well, I mean, if he got a castle probably up around here, and if he can defend those villagers with the Halberdier, he should be able to deny this goal, I think. And that'll be the end of it for MbL, because he wouldn't be able to keep on expanding over the right-hand side anymore. Instead, he's going for towers. Okay, that's interesting. What do we have on the left? Not much. There we go. More towers then? No, more barracks actually. And MbL? Well, MbL's gotta know, right? The towers over there, the villagers are here. He cannot keep on expanding over to the sides anymore, so if he cannot contain this push from ACCM, he won't be able to do too much. And unfortunately, MbL is kind of house right now. 145, and ACCM is on 200 population already. And guess what? MbL will be in a world of trouble right now. as ACCM research paper money as well. Okay, the castle's coming up down south instead. Good job. The Imperialist technology for Vietnamese is going to give you gold. That's paper money. The Castle-ish technology Chatras give your elephant extra HP. I think they got buffed a little bit, so the Chatras gives you more than 50 extra HP, right? It's been a long time since I ever saw Vietnamese even go for Chatras, so I don't remember anymore. I remember the technology was originally 50 extra HP. But yeah, ACCM not pushing up. He's trying to be cautious, but yeah, he's given MbL a lot of time to mass a good amount of units. Now, unfortunately, MbL still banking on Knights. He's going for Cavalier, but for the time being, he still has Knights, so these are going to be vulnerable to the Arbalesters. These bombard cannons, I think ACCM should be able to take on the Onagers just fine. We'll see. At the very least, we have Plate Bar than Armor though for MbL, so these Knights are not quite as squishy anymore. There you are. And the monastery should be going down. There you go. Well played. No more relic control for MbL anymore. And over here, I think he ran out of gold, right? Yeah. I'm pretty sure he was collecting gold from here. He ran out of it, so MbL's on 0 gold miners. So he was able to get a Cavalier upgrade, but it came in so late that the majority of the Knights he's gone for this match, I think they're probably already dead. I mean, take a look at the KD, right? ACCM has killed 200 units from MbL. Many of these were Knights before the upgrades came in, so unfortunately timing for MbL was particularly off, and MbL still looking very exposed over here, while ACCM on the other hand is looking very dominant. Wait a moment! ACCM is going for Elite Battle Elephant in Chatras! This is what I was talking about! I wasn't really sure if Chatras gave the elephant still 50 extra HP only, or if it got buffed, because I remember... Wow, he's got it! I think it's more. I think it's 70 HP. Isn't it? Well, 100 even. Yeah, my bad. That's going to be GG. Come on, I wanted to see the Elephantos. I wanted to see the ballerinas in action, but yeah, it was still very much over. Fantasy play, kind of looks like it. Let's go through the achievements real quick, because we want to jump into game number 2. With all the technical issues we had during game number 1, unfortunately, we probably fell behind a little bit. So, yeah, overall KD much better for MbL. It's going to be better than 4-3 in the end, but it doesn't matter because it was much more cost effective, and ACCM's economy was significantly stronger as well, with about 14,000 extra resources. Technology, faster castle age time for ACCM, otherwise much better for MbL for all the other ages. So let's go back, and we're going to jump into game number 2 as soon as it's available. Actually, it should be here probably already. So let me check. Yeah, let's jump into game number 2. Is there a way to make to do predictions? Yes. I didn't have it on earlier because I don't think we had enough viewers, but now I think it's probably good. So for game number 2, who wins? ACCM and MbL. Those are your options, guys. There you go. You have 5 minutes to vote, and the game's already here, so let's jump into it right away. There we go. Welcome everyone then. MbL this time around is gonna be playing Tatars. ACCM on the other hand, he's gonna be playing Sicilians. We saw Sicilians were on less than 50% win rate during KOTV, while Tatars on the other hand, I don't remember exactly the numbers, but I think they were on less than 50% as well. Regardless though, we're gonna take a look at the actual matchup over here. Tatars versus, let's see, Sicilians. Did this happen before? During KOTD, it happened twice, and Sicilians both times. So on paper, MbL's got, as far as KOTD matches come, the stronger civilization over here. We're gonna see. 2 games only is not going to be, you know, the biggest data set, but anyway, let's talk about the civilizations, the bonuses, and map generations as well. So first off, all right, okay, I'll see you later. So for MbL playing with Tatars over here, first off, he's going to get 25% additional damage against enemy units when fighting from higher elevation. On top of that, Tatars will also get 50% extra food from Herdables, as well as 2 additional sheep underneath each new level TC starting in the Castle Age. And then we also get for Tatars free Parthian Tactics in Thumb Ring, which can make an archer play or a cavalry archer play in the Castle Age. Super, super strong. And for the team bonus, finally, they also get 2 extra line of sight on cavalry archer units. Is everything working alright, guys? Let me know if the stream is looking good, if you can hear everything. Hopefully there's not too much delay. I'm using a US server right now because the Brazilian servers seem to be experiencing some issues. I'm not really sure if that was actually what was causing the outages earlier, but we've gone without a hitch so far, ever since I switched over to the ES. Well, regardless, for ACCM Civilization, on the other hand, he's gonna have with Sicilians 100 extra stone upon starting the game, as well as access to dungeons instead of towers, and we also have for Sicilians 100% faster building TCs and castles starting in the Castle Age, as well as 100% additional food per each farm upgrade on the farms, as opposed to your standard amount. And there's also the fact that their land units are going to absorb 50% of the bonus damage, except for siege weapons. And finally, for the team bonus. For the team bonus, they're going to get a transfer ship bonus, actually, so that's not going to be relevant over here. You can see that ACCM is already going for the walls up over here. We're going to take a look at MbL's map generation first. Yeah, exactly. It's not an incredibly big data set, for sure. Only happened twice, right? Civilizations with a 33% win rate also won 1 game out of 3, so anyway. Taking a look at MbL then. We have, he's got the main goal forward, and it's kind of on a little hill, on a little mound, rather. And then he's got both secondary goals on the right-hand side, so it's not the best for MbL, for sure. Yeah, he's already going for the walls, and it's going to be fairly straightforward, right? Just go for the walls like this, and then probably something like this, too. To be completely honest, I would probably prefer for MbL to try and get... I don't know if he's going to go for walls from here to the TC, which is something that they usually go for. But if he does want to go for a wall towards the edge of the map, I definitely want for him to go around the wood line. Not use the actual wood line as a part of the wall as well. Because if he goes around it, then he's going to be able to secure this a little bit better. But he's going to connect to the wood line, so... yeah, he decides to go for it. He'll end up securing 1 goal, and both secondary goals on the right hand side are going to require TCs eventually to control, or maybe even a castle. We'll see. Yeah, probably a castle will be good. Taking a look at the ACCM on the other hand, yeah, we know that MbL is not stream sniping anyway. We're also probably like 2 minutes behind or something because of all the drops that we had during game number 1. For ACCM then, on the other hand, he's got the main goal on the back of his TC, and he's got the secondary goal on the back as well, with the other secondary goal being forward towards the right-hand side. I don't know what ACCM is gonna go for over here, but even if he goes for a fairly conservative wall using this wood line to the edge of the map and then from here to the TC, he should be able to secure this wood line, which is fantastic, right? But if he goes very greedy, eventually he can potentially go for walls towards the edge of the map, given that he's fairly close to the corner, right? Oh, okay, so he's going to go for a middle ground over here, getting the walls between both these wood lines, and that's going to secure this a little bit better. It's going to secure the wood still, and it's overall pretty good. Yeah, I'm liking the walls from ACCM. I'm liking it better compared to MbL's. Alright, small scout skirmish. And ACCM ends up taking it. So now he's the only player with the scout left. Guys, we saw MbL play yesterday when we were casting during Christmas Eve. And he was actually looking very strong. The games that we saw anyway, he was looking pretty strong. But ACCM over here seems to be completely out of his mind. Can somebody do !ELO space ACCM and !ELO space MbL? Because I want to see what the rank for both these players is currently. I remember MbL was playing against Whitecourt, who I think is in the top 100, but I'm not really sure if ACCM is much higher. So ACCM is ranked 5 right now. Okay, that's more than a little bit respectable, for sure. And you probably have to wait a little bit. I think the command's gotta cool down. Yeah, you just gotta wait for a second, but... You can try again in a moment. I think MbL's probably still like top 50 or so, which is not bad. Good stuff. There we go. Doesn't seem like we'll have too much action as MbL's already completely walled himself. There's no need for him to go for anything if he doesn't want to. He's getting an archer range up over here, but this could very well be to mass archers. And mostly thinking about crossbows rather than going for fuel H pressure. We'll see. ACCM on the other hand, he's not on any other buildings besides the barracks, so yeah. He's got one defensive spearman and that's it. No archer range. Now he's going for it. Both players going for a delayed archer range. Interesting. But yeah, it's very unlikely anyone's gonna be able to do too much with those archers. In any case. Okay, rank 10 for MbL. That's actually really good as well. There is only a 36 elo difference, if I'm not mistaken. 71% win rate. How do you do that? Well, ACCM's very close himself too, right? That's usually the case for top players. So close to 69, yeah, for both players. So I see you guys have already been betting, right? But I want to know, for the series in general, do we have anybody over here rooting for MbL? And do we have anybody here rooting for ACCM? And also, on a similar topic, do we have anybody here rooting for a full series? Maybe some of you are gonna be rooting for a particular player, but then also rooting for a full series. And Team ACCM, okay, go ACCM, alright. Seems good. Rooting for both and a full series. Alright, you're not going to be disappointed whatever the outcome is then. 4-2 for MbL, alright, we have one Team MbL over here. ACCM is a beast, hopefully he wins KOT the 6. MbL, I want full series and MbL to win. Okay, so it's pretty even. ACCM, it's pretty even. It's probably 4 for ACCM right now and 3 for MbL, but it's like neck and neck. I'm pretty sure most people start answering it's going to be like 4-4, 5-4, 5-5. It's going to stay very even. Okay. Skirmishers for ACCM, always thinking defensively while MbL's got archers coming out. And yeah, this is what I was expecting. MbL is just going for the archers, making a play for crossbows rather than going for fuel H pressure. I mean, we are close to 16 minutes into the game already. Yeah, there's no way he'll be... Yeah, there's no way he'll be able to do any damage with archers if he goes out now. Especially as he's blindfolded, right? The last thing that he knew about ACCM's base was that he was going for the walls down south, so he decided to just try and play for the castle H as opposed to try to go forward and risk wasting resources. How can an archer civilization beat a knight civilization? Every time I get pushed by 1 TC knights in siege, I get destroyed. Well, if you want to play defensive, you need to go for extra TCs and you need to go for monks and pikemen. Usually monks are going to be good. The problem at lower elos is that our reactions are very slow, so by the time you start getting your defenses up, your opponent has had so much time to get the units going. You can probably just take a look at your own games using Capture H and just see how long it's taking. You can compare it to a pro game. Of course, it's going to look bad by comparison, but that's going to give you a standard. It's going to give you a goal to strive for. And you can see how much longer it's taking for you to get the defense up or to react to the units. Like how long it's taking for you to see the knights until you actually get the monasteries up, the monastery location as well. How long it's taking for you to get the upgrades for your pikemen, if you go for pikemen, if you go for scaled mail armor, that kind of stuff. So yeah, compare yourself to a pro game is obviously going to make yourself look really bad, but it's going to give you an idea of what's possible, and then you can start training maybe versus against the AI to try and get as close to that as possible. It's not going to be easy, but at the very least it's going to give you a good idea. As in, you mean time of the reaction? Yeah. How long it's taking for you to get prepared for the night push? That stuff. Yeah, 1500 is actually pretty good. So I imagine you're actually already quite decent at that. Let's see. Crossman upgrades over here already for MbL. It's got Balkan Arrow. And ACCM. ACCM's got Rams coming out. He's got Elite Skirmishers coming for Balkan Arrow himself as well. Now he's got a Siege Workshop on the back though, or actually in front of his base. So it's going to take some time for the Rams to come forward. I probably would have preferred for him to go for... Yeah, I probably would have preferred for him to go for the Siege Workshop maybe around here. Oh crap, that is not a Siege Workshop. Come on, Nova. Yeah, there we go, a Siege Workshop probably around here. So he was going to control this hill. Then eventually, he can delete this and replace it with a castle. Imagine you get the Siege Workshop up over here. Then eventually, with some good military presence around here, you delete it, you go for the castle, you end up denying the gold from MbL as well. And because the secondary goals for MbL were on the right hand side, super exposed as well, that's not ideal for the blue player, right? He's going for the second TC right now, but that's barely going to provide protection, especially if ACCM ends up going for knights, which we're probably going to see, right? I mean, we have Sicilians over here. Kinda has to go for it. Halberg. We'll see. Second TC is already up. Third TC is already up for ACCM. Only second TC for MbL, no third TC, which I find fairly surprising, given that Tatars do usually want to go for the extra TCs because of the extra sheep. It's so good for their economy. Let's see. Good job. Now these skirmishers are probably going to get cleaned up. There we go. It seems like ACCM's gonna be the one playing for economy. And it makes sense too, because you have very different ways to play Sicilians. You can go for knights, but then you can also go for extra TCs and make a play for sergeants instead. But we'll see. Now this is what I want to see. That's a 4 Siege Workshop from MbL. Good job. Good defense though from ACCM. Yeah, and MbL's got more archers coming out. ACCM will have to bail from the front farms. Fortunately for him, he does have a TC over here to try and surround with farms himself too. It's kind of exposed though. No palaces over here. No walls of any kind for ACCM up north. So that could be kind of rough. There we go. So is ACCM just going to go for Monk and Mango defense? Certainly seems to be the case. He's got only one monastery, right? Yeah, he does, but it's going to suffice. Good job. Well played. There we go. Ah, he loses the knights, but it's already worth it. And these monks are going to be regenerating faith as well, so he'll be able to use them again in no time. Good job. Yep, very well defended. ACCM still holds on to a 5 villager lead right now, while MbL still on 2 TCs. As long as ACCM can keep on defending himself without taking too many villager losses, he should be able to get ahead in economy significantly fairly soon. However, he's lost 4 villagers so far. We'll see if ACCM can keep on taking more. It's roaming around, going up north. Good job. Very nice defense as well. It's got a Scorpion over here too. Yeah, where's the siege from MbL? He's not really gone for much of anything. He's got nothing coming out of the siege workshop. See? Here come the conversions. He's gonna be going for 2. He's going to get 1. Wow, he got 1 conversion, yeah. But he ended up losing 1 monk. And this one was only 1 HP. But it's still alright, he's holding on still. Still 3 extra villagers, but yeah, he cannot really just go for economy anymore. MbL's pressure is too much. It's too strong. Even if it's not a whole lot of units, MbL just kept on idling and basically disrupting ACCM's economy a whole bunch. As a matter of fact, if we take a look at gather economy and the time that both players have spent gathering resources with villagers, it's been actually much better for MbL. You can see that he's got 36 extra minutes of gather time, even though ACCM has had more villagers for longer, just because of how disruptive MbL's pushes have been on ACCM's economy. And I'm pretty sure ACCM hasn't seen the end of it either. Like cover is coming in here now for the blue player. Good job. I think it would probably be a good idea for MbL to try and make a switch to stone right now, given that he's got some good military presence over here and he's been able to keep the pressure going. If he gets enough to go for a castle eventually, he can potentially increase pressure substantially more with a single castle forward. Good job. He got the monk, he got the knight, sorry, though. And is the mana going down? It's not! Good job! MbL is repairing it. He's got the 1-4 villager. There we go. And yeah, imagine MbL makes a switch to stone. Then he's got the hill over here to potentially go for a castle. That'd be really nice. He could potentially go for a castle on the right hand side instead. Like over here we have a beautiful, beautiful hill. He could potentially take advantage of. Right there, that'd be pretty good for the blue player. There we go. I think Tatars don't have a good answer for Sicilian Knights. I would agree with that, but ACCM seem to be making the play for sergeants instead of knights. He was going for extra TCs, and well, now he's not really gonna be able to go for either thing because there is no way MbL is going to let him get away with 5 TCs. And also, we take a look at the stable count, and he's got only 2 stables. He's only now making a switch to scale bar than armor. So if he wanted to go for knights, this is probably 5 minutes too late, guys. MbL's looking strong. That TC is most likely not going down. For sure. And that's a lot of villages exposed. Is it going down, though? Yeah, it is. MbL's got crossbows. He's got knights over here, light cavalry as well. So ACCM is taking a lot of heat over here from MbL. He should end up going down, I think. That's going to make the series 1-1, guaranteeing a 5-game series at the very least. Tatars ETC, yeah. And I was taking a look at the mountains because I thought he had the hill advantage, but no, the mountains were just too... or the hills were actually one tile too far away for the mountains to actually take advantage of it. So now if he brings the mountains and starts striking from the hills over here, this CC is going to go down like even faster. ACCM, he's got skirmishers to defend himself with for the most part. Some knights over here, but it's nowhere near enough. Nowhere near enough. The mountains are holding on over here. He loses 1, he loses 2, okay. That's not ideal for sure, but he still has a lot of units and he can easily go for more. He's got the resource to go for more mountains, so he's going to queue up a few more right now. Good job. In the end, though, ACCM does end up taking the third one down as well. So that was pretty good. That's going to buy him some time, but MbL certainly in the driver's seat right now. That's just going to be GG. No extra magnets required from MbL at all. Guys, 1-1. As MbL takes game number 2, we have a 5-game series guarantee. Let's go and take a look at the achievements. For military, then we have a 3-to-2 KD ratio for MbL. Beautiful stuff. An army high of 34-19, and for economy, a much stronger economy once again, despite the extra villagers for ACCM for longer during the castle age. It did not matter. Well played. Let's go and take a look at the lobby to see if game number 3 is already here. Fingers crossed it is. We were behind a little bit once again, so sorry about that. Let's actually cross the civilizations out as well, because for game number 1 we saw Franks and we saw Vietnamese. For game number 2 we saw Tatars and Sicilians. That's going to leave us on Byzantines, Burgundians, Incas, Celts, Huns for ACCM, while MbL on the other hand still has Indians available, Berbers, Vikings, as well as Malians, Japanese, and Mongols. So let's see, the next game is already here. Game number 3. It doesn't seem like it's here. Okay, we caught up. Oh man, that's so good. After all the drops we had for game number 1, I thought we were going to have to wait until game 4 or something to catch up, but we are live right now. Woo! Once again, big shout out to Meshuggah for sponsoring this show match. Yeah, once again, it's not only a Christmas present for himself, as he called it, breakfast entertainment, but also it's a Christmas gift for the entire Age of Empires community, right? So it's very much appreciated. Hey Dan! Feliz Navidad for you too! Welcome, welcome back. I hope everything's going alright. Nice Christmas gift. Yeah, I'm really sure Meshuggah's around. He was around earlier, but we had so many outages. Wouldn't be surprised if he actually got spooked away from the stream because of at Twitch. We'll see. Regardless, it's very much appreciated. Hopefully we're not going to have any more drops though. I think it might have been the Brazilian servers. Now that we are using the US servers, it should be fine. So what are we going to see though for game number 3? At this point, it's a lot of guesswork still because it's 6 civilizations available for both players, right? For 5 potential remaining games. So yeah, it's very hard to call. It's very hard to call. If I had to guess though, I would probably say ACCM wants to go for a mid-tier civilization, doesn't want to go for a top tier or a last resort civilization such as Celts or Incas. Actually, Celts I think could potentially be a civilization that ACCM can consider. But I think I would probably prefer for ACCM to go for Huns right now. Huns are a civilization that can be very strong, but it's not going to be necessarily top tier on KOTD Arabia, so I think probably going for Huns now and leaving some of the other stronger civilizations for later, such as Burgundians, Byzantines, etc., Lithuanians, right? Would be the smart thing for ACCM to do. MbL on the other hand can go for something similar as well. Could potentially go for Indians, for instance, right? Or he could go for Berbers. Berbers actually, they did not get the best win rate during KOTD. Or he could even go for maybe Mongols, Japanese. I feel like ACCM's remaining civilizations are stronger overall though. Like I feel he's got on average a higher tier remaining civilizations, but we'll see. Oh, time to pay out the bettings. Yeah. Of course, anybody betting in MbL is gonna remind me to. But there you go. MbL's coming out on top. I could potentially enable predictions for game number 3 already and make it 5 minutes as well. Let me keep on refreshing over here to see if the game is already up. Yes. Game's coming up, guys. You have 5 minutes to cast your predictions. It's coming up. There you go. Welcome everyone then to game number 3 in the series. Best of 7 Christmas show match, sponsored by Meshuggah. MbL is playing with Japanese and ACCM is playing as Incas. Let me see if there is any information regarding this. So Incas versus Japanese. Very interesting to see ACCM using this civilization this early. Nope, they have not played before, so this is going to be the first time we are seeing this matchup on this map. For MbL civilization, for the blue player then, over here down south, he's going to have with Japanese. What? Damn, Dad! Holy crap though! Jeez, dude, thank you so much. That's 5,000 bits coming in. Oh boy, that's going to give me a lot of avocados and I very much appreciate it. Dan, thank you so much, man. Are you my Santa? Because it certainly seems like it. You already gifted like 20 subs the other day. And now 5,000 bits, that's a lot of support, man. Thank you so much and it's very much appreciated. Thanks a lot for the support. Holy crap, 5,000 bits though. I think that's... Actually, I think that's probably the biggest cheer that I've ever seen on the channel. So breaking records, so here like it's nothing. Dan the man indeed. Thank you so much, man, once again. Very much appreciated. As a matter of fact, I forgot what I was talking about. I was about to introduce the civilizations, right? So starting with Japanese for MbL then, we are going to get 33% faster attacking infantry units starting in the fuel age, yes. We have also a 50% discount on drop-off buildings. As well as a bunch of water bonuses for the rest. So it's going to be mostly about the faster attacking infantry units. And that means most likely we are going to see MbL go for either a Drush. It's going to be either a Drush Flash or it's going to be Men-at-Arms Archers. Most likely Men-at-Arms Archers, I think. We'll see, we'll see. Going for a Drush Flash would not be bad. It's just going to delay your fuel age a little bit more. So it's not going to give you the bonus as soon as it could be. But you could potentially get some good push going anyway if your opponent's probably just expecting Men-at-Arms instead. But ACCM on the other hand, playing with the Incas over here, is going to get first off 1 free llama upon starting the game. We have on top of that, also for Incas, what do we get? What do we get? For Incas, we get also 10 population support per house as opposed to 5. And on top of that, we are going to have villagers who get affected by blacksmith upgrades for infantry starting in the Castle Age onwards, and finally a 15% stone discount on buildings. As for the team bonus, Incas will also get twice as fast seeding farms. Let's take a look at the map generation then, starting with Mr. MbL. He's very, very close to the corner of the map, which means we could very well end up seeing some walls like this. However, that doesn't really secure too many resources because he's got the secondary goals on the left hand side and the main goal forward actually. He would have to go for the walls towards the barracks, maybe something like this, right? To really secure himself. If he does end up going for something like this, he does end up securing 1, 2 wool lanes over here, plus the berries of course. And potentially 2 golds, depending on whether or not he goes for the walls over here on the left hand side or not, but... yeah, I think this is probably what he's gonna go for. Not really sure though, because he's got the barracks forward. Usually you go for the barracks where you want to connect the wall to, but then on the right hand side over here, he's got houses coming up right next to the TC. We'll see. Taking a look at the map generation for ACCM on the other hand, he's got the mingle on the back, which is so much better. And then he's got both secondary goals forward, one down south and one on the right hand side. So, yeah, he's got some quick walls already up, because he spotted the militias earlier with the scout, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he spotted the militia, so instead of going for full walls, he's just going to go for local walls around individual resources. Makes sense. Then MbL beat Wycor with Incas versus Japanese. I don't remember the matchup. It could have been the case, yeah. I remember that we saw versus Wycor 2 games. I don't remember what the civilizations were. That might just be the case. You let me know. There we go. Looms coming up for both players. MbL's got it a little bit sooner. Does not have the resources though to go up just yet. Let's see if ACCM can do anything over here. The good thing for him though is that he's kept MbL's militias back. Yeah, so MbL... well, I'm not really sure actually if this is good or not for ACCM. I mean, MbL's not putting pressure with the militia, so that's gotta be good for ACCM. But that also means that it's less likely ACCM will be able to clean these units up right away, which means if MbL can keep the militias until the fuel age, they are going to be so much stronger, of course, and potentially with the Man at Arms upgrade, getting 33% faster attacking speed, that should be very, very good for MbL. That engagement over here, though, is going really well for one player, and that's not the red one. Good job. And MbL manages to survive with both militias over here. And he's going for 2 more as well. We'll see Men at Arms coming in for MbL very shortly. However, ACCM is going up significantly sooner. He's already made the switch to gold as well. We should see an archer range coming up as soon as he gets to the fuel age, and then he should be able to defend himself with archers in no time. While MbL needs to wait a little bit longer, 55 extra seconds before he gets to the castle age. To the fuel age, sorry, compared to ACCM, and it's going to take even longer for him to even get the Man at Arms upgrade if he wants to go for it, so yeah. There we go. We should see the archer range coming up right now for MbL as well. He's not going for it. But he is going for the walls that I wanted to see. Yeah, good stuff. So this is going to secure both these wool lines over here on the back, plus the berries and 2 golds. Well played. And again, just wanted to say hey and give you your Christmas present since you've been such a good boy this year. Stay awesome. Love you. Oh, damn, that's so sweet. Man, I don't know what to say. Because you have supported the channel so much, and yeah, you have allowed me to do this as well. Partly, of course, so I'm very much appreciative of that, and thank you so much. I hope you have enjoyed the content and you have enjoyed sticking around the channel for so long. And have a good one, man. Thank you so much once again for the bits. And yeah, have a good one. Enjoy it, man. Drush Flash or Drush make more militia in this case. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure he should be going for the archer range still when he gets the resources. Yeah, there we go. He's got it. Good job. Well played. Now MbL's going back. Yeah. And he's got men-at-arms. These are so strong. Skirmishers coming out. Skirmishers, interesting. That's probably because he got to the field so much later and he got the archer range up a little bit later than expected. He probably already expects ACCM to be on a few archers. Interestingly enough, ACCM does have the archers, but they are not out just yet. Where are they? They are just garrison, right? Now he's got 2 over here on the back, then he's got 1 more garrison, and that's about it. Okay. MbL's paying attention, ACCM is paying attention as well, so he should be able to hold on to this, to the scout. Welcome back, Flygon. You missed the prediction window though. We're going to have more predictions for games 4 and 5 for sure. And potentially games 6 and 7. I'm really hoping we can go the distance and we can get a full series. That'd be ideal. Good job. Second mill down. What is ACCM doing over here? ACCM? Buddy? Well, MbL did not take the chance though. He could definitely have taken the villager over there. He was probably not paying attention. What was he doing? He was probably sending the villager over the right hand side to wall himself up. Does he have anything else coming up? Yeah, farms. Yeah, that's probably what he was paying attention to. He's got some idle villagers over here, but he realizes. Good job. And yeah, ACCM on the other hand has gotten a lot of idle TC time. True. There's got more archers coming out, but once again, he's still going to be up against skirmishers from MbL, so archers alone are not going to cut it. If he wants to go for skirmishers, that's going to eat into his potential archer count. Feather archer armor coming in for him as well. Yeah, and a defensive tower for ACCM too. Well, to be fair though, MbL could potentially come in with a tower himself around here, the blue player. And just place it far enough from the tower so that ACCM won't be able to target MbL's tower, but still close enough to the wood line so that he can push the villagers away. Good job. Yeah, Japanese infantry is super strong. There we go. Like field siege units? Kind of, a little bit, right? He was able to get the mill already down, and he still has no 5-minute times, which is remarkable. Remember the 2 of these come from the Dark Age as well, where he was able to get the scout and the militias from MbL, from ACCM, sorry. So yeah. Not the best micro for ACCM, to be sure, yes. I agree. He does a lot more units than he's been able to kill so far. A very nice KD ratio for MbL. Does end up losing all the men-at-arms though. That was bound to happen, but he still has militias. He still has skirmishers over here. Actually, he's got a lot more skirmishers compared to ACCM, so he might still be able to get a good trade. We'll see. Not quite. Not quite. Maybe try to clean up the archers. Yeah, that was not the best for MbL, but in the end, he does end up getting a very close to 3-to-2 KD ratio. And he's completely safe. He's got almost enough resources to click up to the castle age already. And the ACCM on the other hand, he's going for a market right now. He's going to try to go up to the castle age himself as well, but he just does not have enough resources. Unfortunately, he's 6 stone short from having enough to sell the stone and go up as well, so yeah, MbL's in a much better spot. He's made a switch to stone himself as well. Is that on purpose? Yes. That is on purpose. So what are we going to see? Samurai? Maybe? Or is he just gonna try to get enough stone to go for maybe 4 TCs? It seems to me like that's probably the case. He's going for supplies right now, so it's going to be Lone Source once he gets to the Castle Age. And ACCM, you know, on paper, Incas should be able to counter units very effectively with the Slinger unit themselves. Kind of like the American Civilization hand cannoneer alternative. But we'll see. Good job. Yeah. And Castle H is on the way for ACCM as well, but MbL's got a significant head start. 1 minute and 56 seconds faster. Actually, never mind, 1 minute and 44 seconds faster for MbL. Is that so? No. What am I talking about? I think the first one was correct. I find it weird that other civilizations can't get slingers, especially since slingers were everywhere on the planet in the medieval era. Right. Well, I'm not a history expert, so I cannot really, you know, chime in on that, but I'm going to take your word for it. But then that's also the case for many other things in Age of Empires 2 as well. It's kind of weird that American civilizations get crossbows and arbalesters and champions, right? Many times in the past, I have said during the streams that I would like for them to introduce like localized units instead. But yeah, is that too much history? Well, that's good on you. It's a very interesting subject, but I'm not very good at it, unfortunately. There we go, Minotaurs are out. He's going for it. He's going for long swords, but he's taking some damage. He will still be able to clean up all the units from ACCM, though, I'm pretty sure. Good job. Yeah. ACCM still waiting to get to the Castle H himself. MbL's got Botkin Arrow coming in. He's got plenty of long swords coming out. Seems like it's going to be a fantasy play. Hazard for everyone is weird too, especially since Pole are a thing now. It's so weird as well that we have Hazard. We have winged Hazard as well. Well, all the Hazard were winged from the very beginning anyway. Right? And yeah, it's so awkward. Definitely would love localized unit. So an alternative for Lone Swords or for Minotaurs, you know, Lone Swords and 200 Swordsmen and Champions for American civilizations, and their alternative for African civilizations. And I think it's fine because even though we have 39 civilizations, we have different regions, right? We don't have 39 different regions. So it wouldn't be too different compared to like Age of Empires 4, which has got like different skins for the units for every civilization. That could be kind of similar as well for Age of Empires 2, except that they will use regional unit skins instead of actual civilization specific, but anyway, that's just me dreaming. It's probably way too much investment for whatever they are willing to invest into the game right now. I don't know, that's just speculation on my part anyway. Bunch of Eagles over here from ACCM should be pretty good against skirmishers, not quite as good against longswords, and he's got Crossbow over here. Crossbowmen should be able to take on the longswords no problem, and then MbL, what is he going to go for? If he went for knights, he should be able to counter both these units. But no, instead he's going for elite skirmisher, leather arch armor. Let's check. Alright. Yeah. MbL's camping the hill over here, hoarding it. Meanwhile, ACCM's gonna try to take the engagements. Gotta be careful. Yeah, I think MbL ends up taking this one. He's already got enough units over here, especially with the Elite Skirmisher upgrade, to just go forward with both units simultaneously, but side by side, and take on the crossbows, right, with the skirmishers, and then he can just let the longswords take on the eagles, no problem. There is a small push over here on the right hand side from ACCM, but MbL's going for a defensive tower, so it's gonna be fine. He's got a second TC coming up over here on the back as well. He's got enough stone to go for extra TCs as well. For one additional TC, so he can go for 2 extra TCs for a total of 3 plus the defensive tower, and he'll still have some surplus stone to potentially go for more towers in the future. Good job! The 1 villager on stone for MbL already paid off. The right hand side, lone swords. Oh man, they're just shredding eagles! These are not doing enough damage. MbL ends up taking 3 eagles over here while completely outnumbered by a 3-to-1 ratio, I think. And ACCM, yeah, he did not have the Eagle Warrior at the time he took the engagement over here, so you can see just how scary Minotaurs really are. Or Lone Swords really are against Eagles, even though ACCM had much larger numbers to play with over there. At this point, MbL is going to be comfortably ahead. With the 30C coming up, he's going to be getting ahead in economy. No problem. For all he knows though, ACCM could be on 3 TCs himself. He's only seen the first TC, and he's not seen any of the extra ones. So he's gonna try to keep on putting pressure up. He's not just going to rely on economy. Because once again, for all he knows, ACCM is also an extra TCs. Now ACCM doesn't really know what MbL is going for, and given the sheer amount of units from MbL, I don't know if ACCM is expecting MbL to be on 1 TC only. He's trying to make a switch to slingers right now. There we go. Good job from ACCM. He's getting the units up over here. Well played. Meanwhile, MbL's on the right hand side. This could potentially get over chopped very shortly. Nah, still about 40 wood left over there. Does MbL know? He doesn't know. So he's just gonna try to break through. Yeah, he's going for it. But notice, the mana's over here. MbL realizes scatter formation right away. And good job. Kim has stabilized for the most part, and it seems like both players are going to be neck and neck. MbL should, on paper though anyway, be getting a hidden villager count a little bit. Slowly but surely. Well, ACCM on the other hand is not really going for too many military units anymore. It's just getting the second Magnel out. Yeah, let's see. Here come the Lone Stars. What is ACCM doing? What? And why is MbL not taking them out? What is going on? They are paying attention down south, but up north is where the real action is going to happen because there was a hole, and here comes MbL on the wood line from ACCM, taking 6 villages down out of the blue. Still though, Magnel up over here for ACCM. That was really good damage from MbL. He's coming forward, trying to go up against the slingers with skirmishers. Magnel over here staying up still. Very good shots though, and very good defense for ACCM. But the Magnel does eventually crumble. And we have only one Lone Swordsman over here left for MbL. But he's already done so much damage. He's managed to get a hit by 6 villagers himself. Yeah, and now he probably knows that ACCM has overcharged. Let's see if ACCM is going to plug the hole over there. Good job though. That was a fairly even trade for military, but MbL did so much more eco damage for sure. Scorpions out for ACCM. Pretty good spot. There we go. Yeah, we'll see more units coming out as well by the minute. As a matter of fact, MbL has increased his production potential. He's got a stronger infrastructure right now, and he's got a total of 4 barracks with a 5th barracks on the way. Actually, he does have 5 barracks. This one is only low HP, right? Yes. He does have 5 barracks, and he's spamming Lone Stars. Meanwhile, ACCM's trying to get a castle up over here. Let's see if MbL is going to realize. Yeah, this is actually very good timing for MbL to be forward. Not the best attack round over there for MbL though. For ACCM, sorry. And MbL, probably not the best formation to be taking shots from the Scorpion, but he still ends up taking all the siege weapons down. And guys, this might just be a doubt castle. We'll see. Oh boy. No, it's not going to be a doubt castle. It's coming out for sure, but it's taking just... ACCM is taking so many losses. Well played. Does MbL have Arson though? I didn't notice if you went for it. Did you guys check? Let's try and select one. He's got 5 against buildings. Yeah. There we go. He's got it. 5 bonus damage against buildings. Good job. It's looking pretty good for MbL. He's putting pressure from the left as well. He's managed to extend his villager lead to 24 extra villagers compared to ACCM, who's only now going for the 3rd TC, while MbL's been on 3 TCs for a long time. Got the same time as Squires, good stuff. The literal definition for that castle is a castle that's built, then immediately goes down. Oh boy. That's going to be GG from ACCM. It may seem fairly uneventful, but on the left-hand side, MbL managed to sneak in with a few skirmishers. It's not like ACCM was going to be able to clean these up with TC, so these were just going to stay idle for the foreseeable future. And of course, MbL was putting pressure up over here. And even though he had a very small amount of Lone Swords, that castle had already got chunked for about 25% HP. So yeah, it's a pretty good position for MbL in the matchup right now. It's going to be 2-1. Let's go and take a look at the achievements before hopping back out and check what civilizations they have left. So yeah. It's a very close to 11 to 10 KD ratio for MbL, not quite as high, but a little bit better than 1 to 1, still going to be better, especially if you have a stronger economy to boot. For army high, 46 to 26 for MbL and ACCM respectively, and for economy, we have also about 6,000 extra resources, actually 5,998 extra resources for MbL. So almost 6k sharp. Faster castle each time as well. I'm not really sure how many resources he had left. Was he gonna be able to go up to the Imperial Age? Not right away, but he had 41 food workers, so he was gonna be able to go up very soon, right? Besides that, for society, a much higher villager max count over here for MbL by about 15. However, ACCM's final villager count at the end of the game was down to 63. Meanwhile, for ACCM. Meanwhile, MbL on the other hand ended up losing 2 villages in the entire game. So well played. Let's go back. And let's wait for game number 4, right? Let's cross the civilizations. So we saw Incas, we saw Japanese. For game number 4 then, we are going to have Byzantine still available for ACCM, which is very strong. Burgundian super strong, Lithuanian is very good as well, and then Huns and Celts. Celts can be strong, it's going to be situational mostly, I feel like, depending on which civilization MbL goes for. Like, they could be very strong against Indians, Berbers, for instance, that could be very good. But yeah. MbL's got Mongols, Malians, Vikings. Once again, I'm preferring ACCM's remaining civilizations by quite a bit. Still a little bit of guesswork involved as for what each player is going to go for, what civilization they're going to pick. But yeah. AoE 2 24-hour player peak same as AoE 4 now. Do you think AoE 2 will soon have more players on Steam anyway? Do you think the pros will start to come back to AoE 2? I think the pros are going to follow the tournaments. I think they are going to be switching priority between Age of Empires 4 and Age of Empires 2 as new tournaments get announced, and also I think the DLCs are going to play a role. I don't know how many DLCs we are going to see for Age of Empires 2, if we are going to see any more, but for Age of Empires 4 I'm expecting next year to see at the very least 2 new civilizations, which is going to have pro players probably go back to it a little bit more. But yeah, given that Age of Empires 4 is a new game, you will be expecting the player pick to be still higher than Age of Empires 2, right? Well, anyway, I guess time will tell. Let me check if game number 4 is there already. Fingers crossed. Yeah, it is. What is the matchup over here? Let me pay off the predictions as well. Let's open predictions up for game number 4. You have 5 minutes, guys. Go nuts. And welcome everyone to the next game of the series. What do we get over here? For MbL is gonna be playing Mongols. Meanwhile, ACCM is gonna be playing Lithuanians. What does it mean? Well, for MbL Civilization, he's gonna be getting 40% extra HP, 40% faster working hunters, as well as 30% extra HP on light cavalry, Hussar, and Steppe Lancer line units. We also get for Mongols 25% faster attacking cavalry archer units. On top of that, we're gonna get for the bull player 2 extra line of sight for the team bonus on scout cavalry units. So scouting information should be pretty straightforward for him. You can see that very early into the game he's already gonna start pushing Zebras. ACCM playing with Lithuanians over here on the other hand is going to start with 150 extra food to boot. He'll get also 10% faster movement skirmish spear line units, as well as 1 extra attack. A Knights and Lightest per each relic garrison, up to 4 relics, so up to 4 attack. And for the team bonus, 20% faster working monasteries, which should make it a little bit easier for him to get the monks out and start grabbing the relics around the map. So yeah. Forza Buggy feels more like a lot of StarCraft 2 players migrated over to it for some reason. Well, probably because StarCraft 2 has been on the decline for quite a while already. I think that might be the reason. It's not yeah, it's not that big anymore. MbL not laming? Yeah. He's just been pushing. Oh. Unfortunate. His push. Okay, both Zebra's gonna try to go after the ostrich probably later, or is he just gonna try and go for and maybe get the lane going? Okay, there we go. Good job. Yeah, it seems like he's not gonna go for the ostrich, but that doesn't mean necessarily he's gonna try and get the lane going at this stage already. ACCM is probably gonna be collecting the second rhino very soon. Where is it? Even? Yeah, it's on the back, so it wouldn't be possible for MbL to get it anyway. There we go. Good job. So, for the map generation, starting with MbL's map generation first, he's gonna have the main goal forward. He's got the secondary goal on the right hand side up north, and then he's got another secondary goal on the left hand side down south as well. So it's not the best, it's gonna be pretty tricky for him to protect the goals. Probably the forward one he's gonna be going for, because we can see already the houses up, right? Next to the berry, so maybe some walls from here to here would be ideal. Maybe from the wood line to the edge of the map, and something like this would be great. If he can connect from this wood line to the edge of the map, he will be able to secure this one as well, which would be good, but we'll see. He will be able to secure this goal as well, but yeah, too early to tell. For all we know, he might just end up going for something like this instead. I think it's probably going to be, though, connecting both wood lines over here, because it's gonna start collecting from here. Otherwise, he probably would have gone for wood over here on the back, right? And then he would have gone for the walls like this instead. As for ACCM's map generation, by the way, MbL is going to be the first one going up on 18 population, so it's going to be scouts. ACCM, on the other hand, can potentially go for scouts, but he can go for basically anything he wants to because of the extra resources Lithuanians get. It seems like it's going to be men at arms archers for him. So yeah, anyway, for the map generation for ACCM, he's already going for some walls over here, right? So he's going to be connecting these wood lines, probably something like this, from here to the edge of the map, and then from here to the edge of the map. That means he will be able to secure one wood line and the gold over here on the back, but then both secondary goals on the left hand side are not going to be the best. The stone's kind of exposed as well for ACCM. It's got the main one forward and the secondary one on the right hand side. Mongol Lithuanians, 50% 2 matches. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I was going to check that as well. Very much appreciated. So 1 win for each, right? Left one is also forward, considering ACCM's, but yeah, that's true. There we go. Militias are out for ACCM. In about 25 seconds, he'll get to the fuel edge, and we're gonna see the man turn switch. Meanwhile, MbL is already going for the stable. I would very, very much like for ACCM to go for Minotaurs and immediately a Spearman as well. He's getting double bit axe as well. Good job. There we go. Is he gonna be able to find the villager over here? No reaction though from MbL at all. White boar's shot from the TC is uneatable. Do they shoot with poison arrows? Maybe. I mean, the TC is more damage, right? Maybe that's why. Who knows, man? Yeah, there are a bunch of Age of Empires 2 logic things like that. Like foundations being unwalkable with 1 HP, transport ships transporting 20 elephants but unable to transport 21 Karambit warriors, etc. There you are. MbL's got a good amount of units, but ACCM does have the Spearman over here, so the Minotaurs should be fine against scouts. Just alright for him for ACCM, and MbL's coming forward. So he's got 4 scouts. Can he do anything though? We already have a defensive Spearman over here for ACCM's, going for another one as well, so that's going to be 2 defensive Spearmen very soon. Nothing for ACCM to do over there. MbL is going after the Lumberjack, not going to be able to do anything. That's already a beautiful snipe though for ACCM. Now MbL's got only 2 scouts left. Good job. He got so much damage out of the 1 Spearman. Really good stuff. What do we get up north? ACCM still pushing MbL around. All of a sudden, red players looking significantly stronger compared to MbL. Yeah, if this continues like this, we might see the equalizer again. That'd be ideal, but that's one villager going down though, that's pretty good. MbL, I was not expecting him to be able to do anything with only the 2 scouts he had left. Given that he doesn't really have bloodlines right now, he doesn't really have scaled Paladin armor or forging, right? But he was able to. I swear scouts never get the damage, but MbL somehow managed it. Yeah, scouts were not very popular on KOTD. On this map, Minotaurs are usually a lot better, but in the end... What happened to the Minotaurs, by the way, from... He lost it. Let's go back a little bit, because I missed how he lost them. To a DC. Yeah, classic. Right, because he was paying attention over here after he lost the villager. He was not paying attention to the Minotaurs, he lost it to the TC. Good job. Yeah, MbL's defending just fine. He's managed to get a 3 villager lead against ACCM. And that's not Wheelbarrow to blame for it, as ACCM doesn't have it. But it's the villager pick that MbL was able to get, plus over 1 minute of idle TC time for ACCM compared to only 20 seconds for MbL. There we go. Nice though. Defense over here for MbL. It's going to end up losing a villager though. Good job, ACCM trying to catch up. MbL going for Wheelbarrow. Archers are going to get cleaned up for sure though, but he was already able to get a village down, so I think that's probably okay. Well, we'll see more units coming out though. He's got more archers queued up, yes. Just not enough quantities to go forward, especially when he knows that MbL is already on skirmishers and scouts. I think it's very unlikely ACCM will be able to do any more damage with MbL's units already out, unless ACCM went for scouts himself. I don't think Minotaurs and archers are going to be strong enough. We'll see. Yeah, and MbL's already going for the walls. Interesting though, notice MbL is going for the walls to the edge of the map over here actually. So if he ends up going from the woodland to the edge of the map, he's going to end up securing this neutral goal as well, which is fantastic. Plus the secondary goal that we talked about earlier too. That's pretty good. It'll be a good idea for him to try and collect resources from here, either from the woodline or from the gold, so that he can secure these walls if they get pushed at some point. Alternatively, he can also go for houses over here as opposed to palisades. That's going to keep this closed for a little bit longer. Shall military units try to break through and give him some more time to potentially go back and try to secure by going for a second layer of walls over here, or get on time to repair the houses too. Meanwhile, ACCM on the other hand, not going to the corner, no, or to the right hand side edge. It's just going to go to the left hand side edge. Yeah, and that means he doesn't really secure too much. But this is what we were expecting to see anyway, isn't it? Yeah. He does secure one wood lane though, and still the goal is going to be safe for the time being. Eventually, when he runs out of wood over there, he's gonna have to make a switch somewhere else. Because the goals are on the left hand side, I think probably a TC coming up in between the goal and the wood over there will be good. But we're gonna take a look at that in a moment. There is a push coming in from ACCM over here. Not a whole lot of damage MbL's taken so far. As a matter of fact, he's even going to be the first one to go up to the castle age. But the ACCM units keep on roaming around it. Wait a moment! That was so close! He got the scouts over here, he could not get in. But check that out. With this gate being on less than half HP when it comes up, okay, never mind. What is ACCM doing? I thought he was going to bring the archers over, and he was going to take the palisade down. Right? No, he's just bringing the scouts. Yeah, because of the skirmishes from MbL. Okay. So far, MbL's gotten the better trade over here. He doesn't really care about losing the skirmishers. All he cares about is crippling ACCM's archers. So he cannot keep on putting too much pressure anymore. He cannot do it though. With 4 archers, definitely ACCM can still keep on pushing villages away from the wood line. Or he can try to break through and he can prevent extra walls from coming up for MbL as well. This is a beautiful position for him to go for the push as well, because a diagonal wall is going to be a little bit harder to protect if you just want to go for market foundation. You can see that it's still going to be open, so you need to go for a house as well. So it's a little bit pricier. He'll still be able to come in though, I think. Stone wall too. Good job. I think MbL already had a market, right? Yeah. So he doesn't want to finish this one. Oh boy. Castlage is here for MbL. It's probably a good moment for ACCM to bail. Get the hell out of here. As MbL's got Botkin Arrow coming in, it's got 6 archers, it's got knights queued up as well. How many stables do we have for ACCM? For MbL, sorry, it's got only 1. Yeah, and ACCM's walking away. Understandably. He's going himself for scale bar than armor. Okay, in the second stable, so we'll see double stable knight production over here from ACCM. Now remember that MbL gets access to Mongol camels though. So yeah, I don't know if a full knight play over here is going to be the way to go for ACCM. Let me take a look at the scouting information to see if he even knows where the relics are. He knows about 1 relic. Let's check. That's it? Yeah. He knows only about 1 of the relics. He doesn't know about this one. He doesn't know about this one. He doesn't know about this one. Doesn't know about this one, which is so much closer to his base as well, so he's not gonna be able to take advantage of the relic bonus. Kind of unfortunate. There we go. Good job. Second TC is already up for MbL, by the way. He doesn't have the stone to go for a third TC. Needs to mine a little bit after he went for the 1 tile of palace of stone wall over here. Sorry, behind the palisades. Well, ACCM on the other hand, no monastery, man. No extra TCs, just double stable production over here. I just don't like this position from ACCM whatsoever, at all. I feel like MbL is gonna be in a much better spot. Sooner rather than later. So yeah, I was saying I think ACCM probably would be in a pretty good spot if you went for a TC over here as a second TC, just so that he can defend this area. Because very soon it's gonna be running out of wood, right? So a TC over here would secure the wood, would secure the gold as well. And he's about to run out, so he's gonna have to consider that. Or he can go for another TC on the right hand side, but he's going for a farm. I don't think there's going to be enough space over here for a TC anyway. Hey, he's got knights and he's got crosses up north. So he'll have military presence to potentially go for the TC I was talking about earlier. A lot of extra military units compared to MbL, but MbL's not falling behind. Despite having 2 TCs, he's also kept on going for more military production as well, and it's only 1 extra military unit for ACCM. So here comes the engagement. We have some camels for MbL. He's bringing all the crosses back. Good job. Should be able to take the monastery down. MbL should be able to defend himself. He's going for a few extra camels. He just gotta wait a little bit. And a Magnol will be ideal. Does he have a defensive siege workshop? He doesn't. He doesn't. If he went for a defensive siege workshop over here on the back, right, or maybe next to the TC, should be able to get a Magnol out. And that's going to be enough because camels are going to be taking on the knights. It's only a matter of getting the archers down. Let's see. There we go. Engagement's going in favor of MbL by quite a bit. The hill advantage over here is working so well. If ACCM gets cleaned up though, what is he going to have left? MbL also the only player with access to, or actually with ballistics research right now as ACCM. I'm not really sure if he even has a university, does he? He doesn't. He doesn't have a university currently, and he doesn't have a university on the way, so no ballistics coming up for him. MbL should be able to take a much better trade over here overall. Good job. Yeah. The shots over here are going to be much more accurate, of course, for MbL, and he should be cleaning up the units from ACCM, who's going to be left on not only less villagers, but now also less military units compared to MbL. No 30C for the blue player, but he still managed to get a 14 villager lead. We take a look at gather economy time for both players, and it's looking so much higher for MbL so far, with about what is that? Close to 50 minutes, right? Like, yeah, 47 minutes of extra gathering time on his economy. And of course, with a stronger military left to work with, it shouldn't be too hard for MbL to get the push going right now. Having 15 extra villagers already going to be enough for you to sustain the extra TC. So, surplus resources are either going to go towards savings to go up to the Imperial Age, or they'll go towards military production. It seems like MbL is going for military production. He just got the extra stable up. That is the second one, right? Yes. And he's going for it. Good job. One relic for ACCM. Oh, he got it. Hey, he knows about this one down south as well. Good job. And the relic that he collected was the center one as well. So on paper, he might be able to collect 4 for sure. Like easily. If he goes for this one on the left hand side. Right? And he's already bringing another one from the right hand side over. Okay. That's gonna be +3 in a few seconds already for ACCM. Not all hope is lost for the red player and for his supporters, because with 4 relics, which I'm pretty sure he's going to end up collecting. Does he know? He knows about it, and he's guarding it with a scout. With 4 relics, ACCM's knights are going to be all of a sudden so much stronger. He just needs the numbers right now. He's trying to mass them up. He's got 13 knights. He's got 2 more queued up. Bosa's coming up only now a little bit later compared to MbL. Unfortunately, ACCM still has not gotten a horse collar though, which is going to hurt a little bit. Yeah, not ideal for sure. But let's see. A lot of combos over here, some crossos. Against chain bard and armor, Lithuanian knights with +4 attack in probably a minute and a half. Come on, ACCM, take it. You know you want it. Sometime he's going to realize about it. Meanwhile, MbL just trying to get as much HP on his army as possible. Good job. Do knights with 4 relic speed camels? I'm pretty sure they should. Wait a moment actually, because the camels, they actually get... what is it? 9, right? No, yeah, 9 bonus damage against cavalry. So... yeah, I think it's still going to be a game of numbers for ACCM. He's got more. With the army that ACCM's got, I think he should be able to take on the camels, especially if he can get a few conversions. It's the crosses that are going to be an issue, because they're going to be attacking from the back. Okay, so here he comes. Be careful, man. MbL, trying to get conversions going. And here begins the dance. He's going right up against the monks, but he's gonna be facing the camels first. And let's take a look at the HP pool over here. The conversion's coming up right now for ACCM as well. It's got 3 monks, and he's going to get all 3 conversions, I believe. But it's going much better for MbL. It's not even close. ACCM got completely clapped over there. Despite the conversions, despite the numbers, it was just not strong enough. And well, if you have any doubts, now you know. Cameras are still gonna be coming out on top, so ACCM is going to need pikemen or more monks or something else, because knights alone are not going to cut it. It's finally going for the second TC, where I wanted to see this one coming up earlier, but yeah. Hail advantage over here is going to help a little bit though, but it's still not enough. Camels are cleaning up the knights, and ACCM is getting pushed away once again. One time I lost versus Farimba camels as Lithuanians with +4 attack, but they were Farimba. Right. Yeah, even without it, that's a lot of bonus damage from these camels. So if you take the 4 melee armor that the knights get, and you deduct that from the 8 attack over here. That's 4 attack from base, right? Plus 9. So that's 13 damage per hit. Meanwhile, yeah, ACCM, not quite as much. That's going to be it for game number 4, and MbL dominated this one as ACCM calls a GG. MbL finds himself one step away from taking the series. And remember, it's not going to be a 7-game series anymore. It's going to be a best of 7. So, the only way back for MbL from now on is to win 3 games in a row. While MbL, after having won 3 out of 4 games, he's got to win 1 out of 3 remaining games. So you do the math. Let's go and take a look at the achievements then. For military, we have a stronger economy for, a stronger KD for MbL in the end. We're going to have an army high of 44 to 32 for MbL and ACCM respectively, and for economy, much stronger for MbL as well. Close to 5,000 extra resources, so well played. For technology, we have faster feudal castle age times over here for MbL. For society, we have higher maximum villager count for MbL as well, and well played. MbL's coming out on top, and let's go back and see if game number 5 is already here, but let's cross the civilization south first. There we go. Yeah, I think game number 5 is here. It showed up in the game for a split second, and now it's not showing up anymore. Let me see the lobby browser maybe. Yeah, I don't see a lobby, so I think the game's here. For whatever reason, Age of Empires is showing it and it disappears right away. Okay, let me try again. Hey, good stuff though. We did not get any more technical issues. There we are. Game number 5 is coming up, guys. Let me open predictions. It's gonna be Malians versus Celts. That's a very interesting matchup as well. So for the next prediction, you have 5 minutes and you can pick who wins game number 5. ACCM or MbL, you have 5 minutes. There we go. And welcome everyone! What do we get for this one with MbL playing Malians? That means he's going to be getting a 15% wood discount on buildings. He's going to have also 30% longer lasting golds as well. As with Malians, he's going to have 1 extra melee armor, one extra pierce armor and barracks units per age starting in the Feudal Age, up to +3 in the Imperial Age, without taking into account blacksmith upgrades, so they can go up to +7. As for ACCM on the other hand, with Celts over here, he's gotta play to kill, man. He's gotta play to win. He's gotta go all out over here. He's gotta hold his heart out. Because, yeah, he's already down 3-1. Only 1 game left for MbL to take the series. We get then for the red player with Celts, 25% faster attacking siege weapons. We get also priority for herdwall conversions, as well as 15% faster working lumberjacks and 15% faster moving infantry units starting from the Feudal Age onwards. As for the team bonus on the other hand, Celts will also get 25% faster working siege workshops, which means that siege weapons are going to be coming out faster, the researchers are going to be researching sooner, that kind of stuff. Let's go and take a look at the map generation, starting with Mr. MbL. He's got the main goal down south, or actually kind of to the side mostly, right? Yeah, to the right hand side, a little bit south. And then we have the secondary goals on the left hand side, one up north, the other one down south. Meanwhile, the stern is going to be the main one on the back and the secondary ones on the right hand side. We have ponds, nice. I think he's probably gonna try to wall from here to here, from here to the TC, and something like this. He will be able to secure the secondary goal for sure and the main stone, but there are no back wood lines over here, and it's overall very, very open for MbL. Trying to connect the wood lines would result in massive walls that I don't think he's gonna be able to get away with. So yeah, I think it's probably going to be more like this at the very beginning, then potentially something else later on. MbL, to be fair, has been going for the greedier walls, but not from the get-go. ACCM on the other hand, he's got the main goal on the back, he's got the secondary goal on the right hand side. Both secondary goals on the right hand side actually. One a little bit more forward, the other one a little bit down south. As for stone on the other hand, we have the main on the left, we have the secondary stone on the right hand side, towards the south as well. And it seems, it kind of seems like if you take a look at the layout, especially because of the way that the trees have generated over here, it's going to be a little bit easier for ACCM to close himself up, but it's only an optical illusion. Only because it's more evenly surrounded by trees. Doesn't mean that the walls are going to be any cheaper, right? It's still going to be very pricey. So what could he go for? He could go for something like this, maybe? Yeah, he's going already for the walls. And then something on the left-hand side, maybe from here to here. I think this would be ideal because he will be able to secure this wool line on the back, which is amazing. Plus, all the extra resources, right? The main gold over here, secondary gold, and then the stone on the back as well. So we'll see what he goes for. Gotta ask, why aren't more casters using these tools? They are so useful. I don't know, man. I've been using this since, what, February 2020? 2021, sorry, and I've had plans. I have had plans to use this since June 2020, but my tablet, the graphic tablet that I use for the annotations, took, and I kid you not, 9 months to arrive. Because it was the COVID outbreak, and I bought it from China with free shipping, right? So Argentinian customs and post office, that probably explains it. Anyway. And welcome and Merry Christmas to you as well. Thank you so much for your kind words. And I hope you guys are enjoying it. Once again, big shout out to Meshuggah for sponsoring this. It's been a blast. Even if it's only 5 games, potentially, right? It's been great. Otherwise, there was going to be nothing in Age of Empires 2 going on Christmas Day, right? For the pro scene, anyway. There we go. Good defense. MbL's got the militia saying already. ACCM's gonna be the first one to go up to the fuel age. And what is MbL thinking of? It's gotta be a Drush Flush. Yeah, I'll probably go up on 24 or so. Oh, he's going to go up on 22 actually. Yeah, still going to be Drush Flush. Here he comes. Cannot do anything. ACCM already has the walls up. So what he went for over here on the right hand side might not necessarily have been for a wall out to the edge of the map. He can potentially just try to connect to the wood line, but I think going to the edge of the map is going to be the best. So he can secure this gold, and also he can secure this wood line entirely. That'll be ideal. And then the walls over here on the left hand side too. Can't wait for another big tournament. I really hope AoE 2 will go on strong with AoE 4 receiving most attention currently from pros anyway. I'm pretty sure. For Age of Empires 2, we have Wandering Warriors coming up early next year. There's a tournament that I'm cooking up myself. It's called Hidden Gems. It's going to be for top players, but not the very top. Probably top 200 downwards, right? So that's the reason why it's called Hidden Gems. And then there's most likely going to be probably Hidden Cup after Wandering Warriors, whatnot. So we'll see. First kill over here though, going in favor of ACCM. Good job. He got 1 militia already. Let's see. Oh, Masters of Socotra. Hey! Masters of Socotra 2. It actually got confirmed already? I didn't know. I heard that it was in the works, but I didn't know that it already had a date. When is it going to happen? Let me know. Thank you. Canon Linguist. Appreciate it. That is a huge compliment coming from somebody called Canon Linguist. I'm not really sure if that is a wordplay for something else sexual, or if you're actually considering yourself a linguist who is quite cunning. Anyway, maybe not confirmed yet though. It is? Ah, okay. You got me there. It has to be crowdfunded. It gathered like 50% of the money currently. Okay, I imagine that it's probably going to take a little bit more, right? But it's good that it's already confirmed to be happening anyway, because Master of Socotra 1 was amazing. Nice. First villager going down over there. In favor of ACCM, so he's gotten 2-0 KD with 1 villager to boot as well, and MbL's got a lot of Minotaurs over here. They can't really do too much. ACCM's got archers already coming out, so let's see. Good job. He's got to go for fletching. Does he have a blacksmith even? He does, yeah. Very soon he's gonna be going for it, and that's going to make it so much stronger against men-at-arms. He is the canon linguist before, therefore. I guess that is true. Good job. Oh man, I can see this video being demonetized already. Damn. Should have known better. Well, I am recording this locally already, right? So maybe I can just mute myself. There we go, fletching. It's coming up. Don't worry, don't worry. Probably not, probably not. Fletching's coming in for MbL as well. It's got skirmishers, archers, got 3 archers, 2 only forward. So still looking a little bit stronger for ACCM, especially because it's got a small mound over here to take advantage of. So let's see. He's going for it, should be able to take the men-at-arms. He's taking 1 already, he's got 5 archers over here as well, 6 archers even. So MbL cannot take this engagement. Interestingly enough, despite ACCM having been the only player getting a villager pick from MbL, because of the massive idle TC time, he's actually behind the villager count. MbL's ahead by 1. ACCM was also cute. Not the best though. If he ends up losing the trade over here, his only wood line is going to be exposed to archers from MbL. Kind of unfortunate that he's not tried to, at the very least, even after getting these walls up, try to go to the edges of the map. That would have been fantastic. Everything has to be in range of the TC fire. Ah, kind of. You may have had 69 viewers at that moment also. Well, that's just fitting, isn't it? Okay, I stop now. Sorry. There we go. That's a lot of units for ACCM though. I don't see how he takes a poor engagement here. I don't think he does. I think this goes in favor of ACCM, right? He's got meat shield against the skirmishers. Yeah, and he's got a few skirmishers himself to boot as well, so he can take on the archer just fine. Only 3 skirmishers left over here, but MbL is going to get cleaned up. Right? Yes, ACCM's trying to close the gap to prevent the skirmishers from attacking. That's very nice. He should be able to take on the skirmishers over here. He's gonna be left in a good amount of units. Will he though? He's been taking a lot of losses over here. You can see a trail of death over here as ACCM lost archer after archer. He does still end up coming out on top, but he doesn't have anywhere near as many units as I thought he was going to be left on. That's 4 archers, 2 skirmishers, 1 man-at-arms. There you go. Will he be able to do any damage? Doesn't really have too many units left, and MbL already has some skirmishers coming out, so yeah, it's very likely that ACCM is just going to fall behind. He is going up to the castle age though, significantly faster. MbL will be on his way up very soon. Let's see if he used the market. Yes, he did. He used it well. And he's getting a massive head start to the castle age. Second stable is coming in as well, so that's going to be a dead giveaway of what the plan for ACCM is next. Double stable night production means that MbL is going to be on the back foot until he can get to the castle age himself. Malians, once again, they are going to get access to camels, so this could be the downfall of ACCM. MbL with camels again. For the 2nd time in a row. There's also the fact that ACCM's knights are not going to be anywhere near as strong, of course, with Celts not getting access to bloodlines. And not even getting access to plate barding armor. These units are going to be only useful early to maybe mid castle age. I guess if he gets a good amount of units and he can prevent MbL from getting to camels, he might be able to make it work, but otherwise, it's not going to be the best. No bloodlines, no plate barding armor. They are not going to scale well in the Imperial Age. Unless maybe he goes for Balin, I guess. But yeah, with camels and Farima camels, MbL should have a significantly stronger late game army composition anyway. So yeah, very important for ACCM to get the push going. And those tables are going to be for a home push. Beautiful forward siege workshop. He forced more skirms from MbL on the late castle age. Yeah, that is true as well. We see a defensive tower over here coming out for MbL to defend himself. And here come the knights. Is this open? No, it's not. I'm curious if ACCM knows that Horse Scholar exists. Or will this be the third game in a row that he skips it completely? Let's see. Yeah, I guess just try to prioritize numbers, right? And knight production as much as possible. Although, to be fair, he's not producing knights right now. He should definitely be going for it anyway, but... Let's see. Good job, good job. He's got the archers over here. Might be able to get a village down. He's got to play his cards very, very carefully, though, because we have a lot of archers over here for MbL, who's about to finish researching Crossman. He got it. And only 4 knights from ACCM still. No bloodlines. And he has not gone for chain bar than armor either. So he won't be losing any villagers over here. Very important for MbL if he's gonna be sticking to crossover production over here to go for a university whenever he can. Because it's gonna be up against mobile units as well. Ballistics is going to be instrumental. There we go. Well played. There we go. That's the university coming up for MbL right now. He's trying to hold. We have Rams and Scorpions over here. This is very Hoang-like. This is something that he does quite a lot. He usually either goes for Magnus or for Rams and Scorpions so that he can defend the Rams with the Scorpions. And he's getting a lot of bang for the buck over here. A lot of HP losses for these crossbows, going down in HP pool overall to about 55%, 60% maybe. Here comes ACCM's, gotta be careful. Only now is about to finish researching chain bar and armor, meanwhile MbL, fortunately for ACCM, still has not gotten ballistics, otherwise these knights probably would have gotten chunked by quite a bit. So there we go. That's a lot of villages potentially going down. MbL's got 2 towers though, and he's gotten the guard tower upgrade as well. But we'll see, that's still a ram over here being repaired by the villager in real time as ACCM's trying to take the guard tower down. I think he's going to get it with the Scorpions on the right hand side though. He can defend knights in rams against crossbows just fine. And I think he should be able to take both of these down and potentially get a bunch of villagers down. We'll see. Still though, Scorpions start taking a little bit of damage over here. ACCM flip-flopping though. Should have tried to get the tower down and get the villagers secure the kills, but now he's going after the crossbows. But he'll be able to clean these up though, and he still managed to get the tower down, so it's still pretty good, and he's got some knights still left on the left. So it's pretty good, and MbL's taking a lot of damage, guys. I think we are getting close. I think we are getting close to the GG moment as MbL is about to lose the next guard tower. We have no murder holes for the blue player. He will not be able to take on the knights over here. And ACCM just keeps on ramping pressure up as well. More ramps on the way. He's got 10 knights still, a very, very scary amount of units if you're in MbL's position. And the red player is significantly ahead in population with close to 60 population compared to 40 for MbL. That's going to be 50% extra population. And he found the gold! Or the stone miners up north, rather. Taking so many villagers down so far this game. ACCM has gotten 20 eco kills! A lot of idle TC time, mind you. But that is a crucial part of Hongen, of course. So it was all part of the plan. He's going after the next guard tower over here. And MbL's just been bleeding economy, man. It's been really, really good for ACCM. Instead of going after the TC right away, going for the big prize, he's just been going for guard towers, time after time, taking 5 villages at a time. Let's see if he realizes about the left-hand side villagers. Okay, yes. He's sending the knights over. Good job, and that's probably going to result in a bunch of losses for MbL once again. He's getting the quick walls up on time though. Will that be enough? ACCM's got to be careful These knights have been taking HP losses, and he did not have enough time to completely reset their HP with the monks over here. So yeah, MbL's holding on, but I mean, his economy right now is less than 40% efficient, so still not the best. Yeah, and once again, ACCM's gotta be careful. He's going for the weakest tower right away. Yeah, good job. Try to take this one down. MbL's going to hold on for the time being. It's been a massacre so far, but MbL's still been able to hold on for the most part. I think now there should be more villages going down, right? He cannot garrison these anymore. Yeah. Good job. ACCM needs to keep on producing military as well. Nice to see that he's gone back to TC production, by the way. That he was not going to fully commit to the Hoang way of things and stick to only 30 villagers. He's actually getting close to 50 right now. Yeah, and he's looking so much stronger. Well played. Isn't this what everybody wanted to see with Kael'thas anyway? It's been an incredible match. Good job. To be fair though, it's been remarkable defense for MbL. He's made it significantly harder for ACCM to get the game, but I mean, 28 population for MbL, 61 for ACCM, over twice right now. With the villager count being almost, also actually over twice as high for ACCM, and the military count being just close to twice as much as well. This should be over still, but MbL's done a good job defending it. This could definitely have gone up a lot sooner, so. Good job, ACCM guys! Takes game number 5. That means we have a 6th game coming up, and if ACCM can clutch it up in game number 6 as well, we might have a full series, which everybody is rooting for, I'm pretty sure. So let's go and take a look at the achievements. Taking a look at military first, we're going to see a better than 3 to 2 KD ratio for ACCM, with an army high of 20 to 15, so 4 to 3 army high ratio over here. In the end, you can see that MbL from the 42 units he went for, he ended up losing 36. Meanwhile, from the 53 units that ACCM went for, he ended up losing 42. But he was still left on way more units at the end, of course, and a much stronger economy to boot. So, thank you so much for the raid, Pablo. Very much appreciated. Welcome, everyone. I hope you had a great stream, and everybody coming from your stream, I hope you have a good one, guys. We are casting this amazing show match between MbL and ACCM. Christmas show match, best of 7 series, sponsored by Meshuggah. So yeah, I want to take a look at economy. We have about 3,400 extra resources, which proportionally speaking was pretty good, almost about 33% stronger economy. But the villager count, this is what I want to see. Total versus current, 56 to 20. He ended up losing 36 villagers at the end of the game, that MbL that is. Meanwhile, ACCM lost a single villager. Damn. Let's go back. And there we go. Django, man, where's my mod patch? How are you doing, man? I hope everything's going alright. Thank you so much for the resub. Very much appreciated. 2 months already. Nice. How is it going? Are you enjoying Christmas? I hope you had a great time. I hope you had a great Christmas Eve as well. Let me cross the civilizations out and see if we already have game number 6. There are not many civilizations left for the players to pick, so there's not going to be a whole lot of guesswork involved. Instead of trying to speculate as to what we get for game number 5, I'm just going to see if the game is already here. Let's check. It seems like game is not here just yet. Let me see if they are in the lobby. They're in the lobby, yeah. So we are waiting a little bit more. I guess we can get speculation going. All good, taking a week off from streaming? That's good, man. Taking the kind of small vacation, right? Good stuff. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna be doing after today myself either. I don't think there's a whole lot coming for H2 in the next couple days in terms of tournaments or show matches or stuff. Nah, just this one. Yeah, sorry, the score is incorrect, Song. Yeah. When is this taking place? I think it's taking place next month, right? Late January, probably. Anyway. So for these remaining civilizations, Byzantines, Burgundians, and Huns. MbL is going to have Indians, Berbers, and Vikings. So he's got 2 camel civilizations. Indians and Berbers would specifically potentially be very strong against Huns. They can counter, their units. So Huns would be very risky for ACCM with 2 out of 3 civilizations available for MbL. Burgundians and Byzantines, on the other hand, I feel like Byzantines is probably going to be ACCM's best choice. But if he burns through Byzantines, then he's going to have Burgundians and Huns left for game number 7. However, I don't think we are going to see Huns at all. Most likely it's just going to be Burgundians and Byzantines. The question is, though, in what order? Does he want to go for Burgundians right away, or does he want to go for Byzantines? And to be fair, it's going to be risky, man. Berbers and Indians available for MbL still. It's going to be rough. I think that Pope said in his Urbi et Orbi that he laments the silence surrounding wars. Thank you for always shouting when someone is murdering his opponents. Well, damn it. True though. Hey, this is a game about conquering anyway. Let's see. The game is not here just yet. Maybe one of the players is taking a little bit of time. Oh no, it's here, never mind. Let's jump into it. So yeah, what do we get? It cannot be Hans, right? Oh, it is Hans! Oh man, Hans versus Indians for game number 6. Let me enable predictions. Who wins game number 6? You have 5 minutes. India. Do we have any information regarding Huns versus Indians from KOTD? Let me check. Huns versus Indians. Yeah, it's actually 50-50. They have played 6 times, and it's been 50% win rate for both civilizations, interestingly enough. If MbA plays fast Huns, take it, but if the chances given Indians are going to overwhelm the Huns, I think. I do agree with that. The thing going for Huns is going to be no houses requirement, right? So actually, let's talk about the civilizations. We're going to talk about the matchup afterwards. Probably let's talk about the civs and the map generation first. So for MbL, we get Indians. That means 10, 15, 20, 25% cheaper villagers, depending on the age. It's going to be increasingly cheaper as you go on. On top of that, we get for Indians also 1 and 2 extra Pierce armor, unstable units in the Castle and Imperial Ages. And for the team bonus, we have for Indians also 4 bonus damage for Camel Rider units against buildings. Meanwhile, taking a look at the ACCM civilization on the other hand, he's going to start with 200 population already. 200 population support, rather, not 200 pop. But he starts also with 100 less wood. He does not need to build houses. Besides that, we get for Huns 10 and 20% cheaper cavalry archers in the Castle and Imperial Ages, as well as, let's see, for the team bonus, he's going to get 20% faster working stables. Did I mention the more accurate trebuchets? 50% more accurate trebuchet. I'm not really sure, but if I didn't, I just did. Anyway, let's check. Good job. So yeah, for this matchup, what Huns are going to have going for them is the house savings, which is going to be kind of comparable, I guess, to the villager saving from MbL. Not 100% sure, but it's going to be a discount for both players, right? So economy is going to be alright. However, the 10% cheaper cavalry archers in the castle age makes it a little bit smoother for Huns to go for something such as triple TC, or, oh my god, triple archer range, sorry, cavalry archer production, which we have seen extensively in the past, being used like multiple times. That allows you to get to a good amount of cavalry archers very soon. And even with the extra Pierce armor for the Indians, their camels are still going to be significantly weaker compared to knights against cavalry archers at a distance. So after you get like 24 cavalry archers, you can actually 27 cavalry archers against the Indians, you can one-shot Indian camels with chain barred armor. Or you get to 14 and you can two-shot them, right? So it's going to be a little bit lower bar compared to knights. Obviously a lot more threatening because the moment the camels close the gap against cavalry archers are going to be taking a lot more damage. But yeah, with perfect unit control, ACCM should still be able to make the most out of his units, and he shouldn't be taking too long to get to a good amount of units to fight against camels anyway. However, after the Castle Age, you know, when MbL's economy starts kind of offsetting for all the stuff that ACCM civilization gives him, his civilization is going to be a lot stronger. So not only do we get Imperial camels in the Imperial Age for Indians, which are amazing, but also he's going to have cavalry archers himself, which are better than the cavalry archers from Huns because of getting plate bar than ring archer armor. So yeah, I love MbL's playstyle and him as a person, which made me feel pretty sad when he choked versus Viper in KOTD. You think he choked? MbL's Indians contest same names in burst. Okay, so if ACCM plays fast, Huns take it. Okay. Yeah. Both players going up to the FUH. I don't think... Did we take a look at the map generation? Did we? Already? God, I don't remember. And that would have been only a few minutes ago. Well, anyway, we have the main goal down south, both secondary goals on the left-hand side. Yeah, and then we have the main stone on the left. So, should be fairly easy for him to go for the walls. Just connect the dots on the wood lines, right? And he secures himself. He's not going to have any wood lines safe, though, which kind of sucks if you're expecting to be facing cavalry archers. Meanwhile, ACCM, on the other hand, on his map, he's got the main goal forward, which is going to make it a little bit harder to collect. And then he's got both secondary goals forward, too. One on the left, one on the right. Should be able to also completely wall himself up like this as well. It's going to be very even map generation. And I don't think he's going to be facing range units himself, so I think not having a safe wood line is not necessarily going to be the end of the world. Unless MbL comes forward and tries to tower or something. That could potentially be something MbL goes for in the Fuel Age. Before, if he can prevent wood collection for ACCM from the very beginning, then ACCM will not be able to go for cavalry archers anyway, right? So we'll see. Still on the way for ACCM. MbL on the other hand, he's got a stable coming up as well. Good job. Impressed by MbL in the series. I don't think he has been housed badly once. I think he was a bit overwhelmed, maybe even scared. When that series took place, I remember I mentioned the little bit of information that the Viper gave about MbL during Red Bull Wallow. I remember that he said that MbL let his opponents, you know, reputation get to his head. Because remember when during Red Bull Wallow 5 MbL had to play versus Leary? During an interview, the Viper said that he was sitting with MbL and MbL said that he was going to lose versus Leary, that Leary was so good, like how do I beat Leary? At the very least you're going to have a good final. So yeah, it seems like MbL might have some issues in that regard. Confidence is key. Confidence is what allows 1700 players to take games from 2K2 players sometimes. Remember the hyper random matches that we saw some days ago? With T90 losing one game to a player significantly lower elo, and the same for Dark Noob as well versus Ray. So yeah. MbL has that low of an opinion of himself? I think he knows he's very good. He just might struggle against players he deems stronger than himself. Probably. It can happen. I would say it's probably quite common even. Yeah, I think it might just be a mindset thing, right? Well, I'm not really sure. We would have to ask him, maybe. Very unlikely MbL will be able to break through over here. There we go. This is what I was talking about a minute ago. MbL is coming forward. So we'll see a tower coming up over here. The interesting thing though is that instead of going for the tower over here first, right, behind the wood line, he's just going to get a tower. Oops, that's a very skinny tower. Over here, he's going to get the first tower in front. That means he won't really be denying any resources from the get-go. Let me see if he's got any scouting information. Yeah, well, he doesn't know that ACCM is on the wood line on the left-hand side. And he doesn't know about any wood lines that ACCM is collecting from besides the one on the back. So he's just going to try to get a trash going over here. I don't know. I feel like this actually plays into ACCM. I think this is going to make it a little bit better for ACCM. So it's going to take so long for MbL to get any actual damage done with these towers. ACCM is already going to be on his way to the castle age. There we go. Second layer of walls coming up. Very, very good reaction from ACCM. Very timely. If he has to, he can potentially go for his own tower as well. He's just bought 100 stone too. Yeah, and he's going to go for the defensive tower, only so that he can protect the gold. That's pretty good. MbL on the other hand, has got 4 stone miners. Should be able to keep on going for towers indefinitely. I think the moment he realizes the tower is coming up over here, that's... Oh, wait. Oh, the villager's down though! He's coming in! Oh boy, this might be really bad for ACCM. He needs to go for a few palisades over here to try and, you know, drive the units towards the TC because it's gonna be taking a lot more damage than do. And that's one villager going down. Yes, that is. 2 villagers down so far from ACCM to MbL scouts and tower. Well, ACCM is getting very, very close to having enough resources to go up to the castle age. He was so much closer before though. This is actually working. This is actually having a little bit of an impact from MbL. Good job. And ACCM is not going to be going out to the castle age anymore. So the trash over here is working beautifully for MbL. ACCM's gotten a little bit of extra TC time once again. Plus the villagers he's lost. And wheelbarrow over here, we're going to have the same villager count for both players. But MbL on a 3 villager lead if you account for wheelbarrow. So yeah. It's looking very strong. It's got spearmen over here, it's got scouts, the tower's coming out for sure, and ACCM. ACCM, I don't think he's mining stone. He's not. So he needs to buy the stone every time that he needs to go for a tower. It's just going to be so much less efficient compared to MbL's tower push over here, of course. And it seems like in the end, both players will end up going up to the castle age at about the same time. Good job. This should be going in favor of ACCM. He's got the defender's advantage for sure. Both players going up to the castle age. We have a 8-second lead for MbL. And the archer ranges are coming in over here for ACCM. This trash is very effective in multiple ways. Not only did he delay the castle age for ACCM quite a bit, but also ACCM will not be able to go out the right hand side with the cavalry archer. It's gonna have to go over the left hand side. And because ACCM needs to take the towers down eventually to get access to the extra resources like the secondary gold over here, the wood, right? I was gonna have to eventually go for a siege workshop or send villagers over to try to batter the towers down, and that's just going to delay, of course, this cavalry archer production. Yeah, it's got a good amount of scouts, but he's not diving in just yet. There we go. Good play. Yeah, and the tower's going down. Good job. Is it though? It's not going down just yet, but it should be going down. We have spearmen over here for ACCM as well. Yeah, good job. Very, very good unit control. This was me, I probably would have lost the scout and the spearmen already. Maybe to villagers, or maybe to the tower itself, just trying to chase the villagers. Good job. Bloodlines coming in for MbL. ACCM is going for fletching only. His cavalry archer play is so badly delayed. He's only now going for the 3rd archer range. No bloodlines. No fletching on time. It's going to take some time for him to even get to Balkan Arrow, and yeah. He's got the cavalry archers queued up. This is how bad the situation is for ACCM. He doesn't even have the 3rd archer range. He cannot start queuing 3 at a time. Hey, ACCM did get Horse Collar. Yes, it did. Okay, this is what I wanted to see originally anyway. He's getting the tower up over here. That's pretty good. So now ACCM is gonna have to make a switch over to the left-hand side wood line or to the south one as well. Good job. Oh, very close. He almost traps the scouts. And now he's got more cavalry archers coming out. But the tower's already up. So that's 3 towers around ACCM's base. He's gonna have to take care of eventually. And going for siege weapons is just going to make it so much harder for him to keep on producing cavalry archers. So what he's gotta do, he's got plenty of wood already, so he can just make the switch over here to the left-hand side just fine. I would like for him to go for an outpost so that he makes sure he's got vision in case MbL decides to go for another tower over here. Because for all ACCM knows, MbL is still collecting stone and might still be able to go for extra towers. But let's see though. That's 1 villager down. Okay, 2 villagers down. Good job. He could not garrison inside the tower. What happened over there though? I'm pretty sure the villagers should have been able to do it, right? Okay. He's coming out. I think he lost only 2 cavalry archers over here, but he got the scouts, he got the spearmen down, and he was able to get villagers down as well. Meanwhile, MbL is already going for camels. Villager count the same for both players. Once again, still wheelbarrow for MbL, no wheelbarrow for ACCM, so food economy is so much stronger for MbL. I would say ACCM's got about 10 minutes tops right now to start doing like some real good eco damage. If he does not go forward and start taking some villagers down, then MbL is gonna skyrocket. He's got the second TC already up, he's got the third TC already up, and he's securing 2 wool lines with one of the TCs plus a gold, and he's securing with the other TC another gold and another wool line as well. There's even a 4th TC coming up for MbL where he's gonna be securing the final secondary gold plus another wool line. So yeah, ACCM will probably be better off going for thumb ring and ballistics as well. He does not have thumb ring right now, so these are not particularly accurate. 5 villager lead for MbL. There we go. There you are. Yeah, the camels are getting cleaned up. That was actually pretty good for ACCM. He lost 3 cavalry archers, but he was able to get like what, 5 camels over here? All things considered is not the worst. He's got the siege workshop, the 1 ram coming out as well, and he should be able to clean this up. The question though remains, the biggest question over here is, will ACCM still have enough momentum after taking the towers down, or is MbL already going to be too far ahead? He's camping the villager. There's only 1 villager left inside the tower, so he's gotta be careful because he can take a lot of damage from the towers and the cavalry archers. MbL is not targeting though the cavalry archers at all. He's just targeting the ram, which is not going to work. There we go. Now he is. Good job. One cavalry archer going down. Villagers going out. The villagers going down as well. Pop goes the weasel. Playing whack-a-mole with the villagers. Yeah, there we go. Now MbL should end up losing a few villages over here. He'll still be, though, about 16 villages ahead, even if he loses these. Actually, maybe 18, 19 villages ahead. Man, just keeps on skyrocketing. More cavalry archers are coming out by the minute for ACCM, but I feel like this is already so late. A lot of camels for MbL already. He doesn't have scale barding armor even though, so MbL's camels are super weak. Now he's going for scale barding armor. With scale barding armor, ACCM only needs 24 cavalry archers to one-shot camels. Assuming that he gets thumb ring or ballistics, right? Because these are not particularly accurate, but like on paper, 24 are going to have theoretically enough damage output. He's got the hill advantage right now. I don't think he's gonna be able to take this engagement though, so he's going to bail, yeah. A lot of cavalry archers taking some damage over here. He already has husbandry. Yeah, an extra stable's coming in over here for MbL, who's gonna be on 4 stables with this. I think MbL's getting far ahead. He probably takes it on paper anyway, but with pros, you can never know. I agree. When I said that ACCM had about 10 minutes to do a good amount of damage, that was like 7 minutes ago or so. So I think the time window over here is closing very, very rapidly. And ACCM is going for Thumb Ring right now. Alright, he's got a 4th archer range too. So it's gonna be going for more cavalry archers. I think this is still definitely doable for ACCM, but he's gotta hurry, man. MbL on the other hand is going for Chain Bar Armor right now. That's going to make these camels a little bit stronger. 3 melee armor. Let's see. Here comes ACCM. Good job. Oh man, what happened? Why did he not go for that? Oh, there we go. Now he's going for that. I was going to say, why didn't he go for that choke point? He's got it. So who takes this? That's a lot of camels, man. And a lot of cavalry archers actually as well. So yeah, the camels are getting shredded. Good job. Beautiful position for ACCM. He still ends up losing a lot of these cavalry archers though. And MbL is coming forward as well. While ACCM won't be able to do much of anything with those cavalry archers. I think if he went for the choke point from the very beginning, he might have been able to get a little bit of a better trade. But now MbL is looking stronger, guys. He's got a lot of camels over here. Should be able to hold on against ACCM just fine. ACCM is basically going to be trapped in the choke point over here. He cannot get out. Well, yeah. I think we have gotten past the point of no return, where MbL has enough of an economy to keep production going of villagers and military at the same time. So as long as he does not want to save resources to go up to the Imperial Age, with 97 villagers, MbL is going to be producing villagers and camels non-stop, while ACCM has struggled to retain a good amount of cavalry archers. So he gets cleaned up over here and he's left on only 14 cavalry archers. And even if he could keep production going from all 4 archer ranges, which he does not have the economy for right now, but even if he could, MbL would be unbreakable because of how many camels he's going for. Just the numbers over here are amazing for MbL, of course. Wouldn't be surprised to see him go for quadruple TC villager production and quadruple stable camel production, which means ACCM cannot push anymore. If he cannot push, then he cannot catch up. If he cannot do any eco damage, of course, MbL with 105 villages, how fitting, is so far ahead right now that I think ACCM, unfortunately, has very, very slim chances of taking this game. Very strong civilization in the Trush. Huge props to MbL for the Trush play over here because it did so much damage. It delayed the castle age for ACCM by quite a bit. And cavalry archer production, of course. You know what would be very, very nice? If they went for game number 7 regardless. I would love for that to be the case. I mean, it's only one more game, but anyway. Would you like to see a 7th game? I would certainly love to. Which civilizations do we have left though? Burgundians and Byzantines for ACCM, and MbL had... What did he have? Indians, he already used Malians. He has Vikings, right? I think he's got Vikings and one more, I don't remember. Wasn't it supposed to be? It was supposed to be a play 07, but they changed it to a best of 7 in the end. So yeah, this could very well be the last game. Hey, ACCM's managed to get a good amount of cavalry archers once again though. One more cavalry archer and he can one-shot these units. Because he's got ballistics right now as well, it's going to be significantly harder for MbL to approach these units without taking heavy losses. So hey, maybe it's not over. MbL's making a switch to elite skirmishers right now. And there's a siege workshop on the way for ACCM. Meanwhile, MbL's got a 4 TC by the way up. So his economy is just going to keep on growing substantially. Good job. MbL is making a switch to stone as well, so very soon we'll have he's going to have enough stone to go for a castle. Given the amount of TCs he's got, I think a defensive castle is not going to be strictly necessary. We'll see. Let's take a look at the engagement over here first though. That's a lot of skirmishers. The siege workshop's not coming up, so no mana's coming out for ACCM at all. It's not coming up. He's got it. Mangon is on the way. Meanwhile, we still have 31 cavalry archers. That's more than enough to one-shot camels. Just the skirmishers that are going to be a little bit of an issue, but after we get the mana out, then ACCM is going to be in an alright spot once again. So let's see, he's trying to take the heal advantage over here to take the units down. I think he's gonna be able to get it though, which is fine. Just gotta be careful, because if he does not focus the units, he ends up taking a lot of damage over here, because the camels take so long to go down, skirmishers take so long to go down. From about 30 plus cavalry archers that ACCM had a minute ago, now he's gone down to 22. Meanwhile, MbL is in 21 military units himself. Extra TCs from ACCM coming in clutch to try and keep up with the economy, but yeah. I think after we get to the Imperial Age and MbL still retains a stronger economy, he could potentially make just a switch to cavalry archers himself, and there wouldn't be really a whole lot that ACCM would be able to go for himself, honestly. His own cavalry archers are not going to be anywhere near as strong after we get access to ring archer armor. But yeah, I wanted to take a look at a potential castle location, because I feel like MbL, with all the pressure that he had going and with all the TCs that he's got, he does not need to go for a defensive castle. And that's exactly what we're going to get, a forward castle, as we wanted to see over here from Mr. MbL around this area. That's going to prevent ACCM from taking the stone. It's going to prevent ACCM from getting access to this wool as well. So good stuff. Like cavalry coming over here. ACCM starts to fall apart the seams a little bit. And here comes the castle. It's a very, very good surround coming in. I think ACCM is going to lose everything, so he just calls the GG, guys. MbL takes game number 6 for a final score of 4-2. Blue player over here is gonna be getting 60% of the prize for himself. ACCM is gonna be getting 40%. That's $180 to $120. Really well played to both players. It was a great series, and ACCM certainly put up a show himself as well, so there is no taking anything away from the red player. But well played. MbL does end up claiming this one, so let's go and take a look at the achievements one final time. Unless they actually do go for the 7th. I don't think they're going to go for the 7th game, but yeah, this should be the last one. Overall KDs, a little bit better for ACCM, approaching 4-3 KD ratio, very, very close to it. A little bit higher than 5-4 even, but it was not quite as strong. It was not strong enough anyway. From all the units he took, it was mostly military, while MbL got villagers down from ACCM, and of course got very cost-effective trades with skirmishers, with camels as well. Very, very well played from MbL. Overall, 11,000 extra resources for MbL as well this game. Just goes to show how incredibly good Indians are when you know how to play them. And for society, 128 to 91 villagers max count, with ACCM losing 15 villagers during this game. Meanwhile, MbL ended up losing only 8 villagers. What follows is a filler, so the video length doesn't spoil the result for you guys. Enjoy! You have 5 minutes. And yeah. Do we have any information regarding Huns versus Indians from KOTD? Let me check. Huns versus Indians. Yeah, it's actually 50-50. They have played 6 times, and it's been 50% win rate for both civilizations, interestingly enough. If MbA plays fast Huns, take it, but if the chances given Indians are going to overwhelm the Huns, I think. I do agree with that. The thing going for Huns is going to be no houses requirement, right? So actually, let's talk about the civilizations. We're going to talk about the matchup afterwards. Probably let's talk about the civs and the map generation first. So for MbL, we get Indians. That means 10, 15, 20, 25% cheaper villagers, depending on the age. It's going to be increasingly cheaper as you go on. On top of that, we get for Indians also 1 and 2 extra Pierce armor on stable units in the Castle and Imperial Ages. And for the team bonus, we have for Indians also 4 bonus damage for Camel Rider units against buildings. Meanwhile, taking a look at the ACCM civilization on the other hand, he's going to start with 200 population already. 200 population support, rather, not 200 pop. But he starts also with 100 less wood. He does not need to build houses. Besides that, we get for Huns 10 and 20% cheaper cavalry archers in the Castle and Imperial Ages, as well as, let's see, for the team bonus, he's going to get 20% faster working stables. Did I mention the more accurate trebuchets? 50% more accurate trebuchet. I'm not really sure, but if I didn't, I just did. Anyway, let's check. Good job. So yeah, for this matchup, what Huns are going to have going for them is the house savings, which is going to be kind of comparable, I guess, to the villager saving from MbL. Not 100% sure, but it's going to be a discount for both players, right? So economy is going to be alright. However, the 10% cheaper cavalry archers in the castle age makes it a little bit smoother for Huns to go for something such as triple TC, or, oh my god, triple archer range, sorry, cavalry archer production, which we have seen extensively in the past, being used like multiple times. That allows you to get to a good amount of cavalry archers very soon. And even with the extra pierce armor for the Indians, their camels are still going to be significantly weaker compared to knights against cavalry archers at a distance. So after you get like 24 cavalry archers, you can actually 27 cavalry archers against the Indians. You can one-shot Indian camels with chain barred armor. Or you get to 14 and you can two-shot them, right? So it's going to be a little bit lower bar compared to knights. Obviously a lot more threatening because the moment the camels close the gap against cavalry archers are going to be taking a lot more damage. But yeah, with perfect unit control, ACCM should still be able to make the most out of his units, and he shouldn't be taking too long to get to a good amount of units to fight against camels anyway. However, after the Castle Age, you know, when MbL's economy starts kind of offsetting for all the stuff that ACCM Civilization gives him, his civilization is going to be a lot stronger. So not only do we get Imperial camels in the Imperial Age for Indians, which are amazing, but also he's going to have cavalry archers himself, which are better than the cavalry archers from Huns because of getting plate bar than ring archer armor. So yeah, I love MbL's playstyle and him as a person, which made me feel pretty sad when he choked versus Viper in KOTD. You think he choked? MbL's Indians contest same names in burst. Okay, so if ACCM plays fast, Huns take it. Okay. Yeah. Both players going up to the FUH. I don't think... Did we take a look at the map generation? Did we? Already? God, I don't remember. And that would have been only a few minutes ago. Well, anyway, we have the main goal down south, both secondary goals on the left-hand side. Yeah, and then we have the main stone on the left. So, should be fairly easy for him to go for the walls. Just connect the dots on the wood lines, right? And he secures himself. He's not going to have any wood lines safe, though, which kind of sucks if you're expecting to be facing cavalry archers. Meanwhile, ACCM, on the other hand, on his map, he's got the main goal forward, which is going to make it a little bit harder to collect. And then he's got both secondary goals forward, too. One on the left, one on the right. Should be able to also completely wall himself up like this as well. It's going to be very even map generation. And I don't think he's going to be facing range units himself, so I think not having a safe wood line is not necessarily going to be the end of the world. Unless MbL comes forward and tries to tower or something. That could potentially be something MbL goes for in the Fuel Age. Before, if he can prevent wood collection for ACCM from the very beginning, then ACCM will not be able to go for cavalry archers anyway, right? So we'll see. Still on the way for ACCM. MbL on the other hand, he's got a stable coming up as well. Good job. Impressed by MbL in the series. I don't think he has been housed badly once. I think I was a bit overwhelmed, maybe even scared. When that series took place, I remember I mentioned the little bit of information that the Viper gave about MbL during Red Bull Wallow. I remember that he said that MbL let his opponents, you know, reputation get to his head. Because remember when during Red Bull Wallow 5 MbL had to play versus Leary? During an interview, the Viper said that he was sitting with MbL and MbL said that he was going to lose versus Leary, that Leary was so good, like how do I beat Leary? At the very least you're going to have a good final. So yeah, it seems like MbL might have some issues in that regard. Confidence is key. Confidence is what allows 1700 players to take games from 2k2 players sometimes. Remember the hyper random matches that we saw some days ago? With T90 losing one game to a player significantly lower elo, and the same for Dark Noob as well versus Ray. So yeah. MbL has that low of an opinion of himself? I think he knows he's very good. He just might struggle against players he deems stronger than himself. Probably. It can happen. I would say it's probably quite common even. Yeah, I think it might just be a mindset thing, right? Well, I'm not really sure. We would have to ask him, maybe. Very unlikely MbL will be able to break through over here. There we go. This is what I was talking about a minute ago. MbL is coming forward. So we'll see a tower coming up over here. The interesting thing though is that instead of going for the tower over here first, right, behind the wood line, he's just going to get the tower. Oops, that's a very skinny tower. Over here, he's going to get the first tower in front. That means he won't really be denying any resources from the get-go. Let me see if he's got any scouting information. Yeah, well, he doesn't know that ACCM is on the wood line on the left-hand side. And he doesn't know about any wood lines that ACCM is collecting from besides the one on the back. So he's just going to try to get a trash going over here. I don't know. I feel like this actually plays into ACCM. I think this is going to make it a little bit better for ACCM. So it's going to take so long for MbL to get any actual damage done with these towers. ACCM is already going to be on his way to the castle age. There we go. Second layer of walls coming up. Very, very good reaction from ACCM. Very timely. If he has to, he can potentially go for his own tower as well. He's just bought 100 stone too. Yeah, and he's going to go for the defensive tower, only so that he can protect the gold. That's pretty good. MbL on the other hand, has got 4 stone miners. Should be able to keep on going for towers indefinitely. I think the moment he realizes the tower is coming up over here, that's... Oh, wait! Oh, the village is down though! He's coming in! Oh boy, this might be really bad for ACCM. He needs to go for a few palisades over here to try and, you know, drive the units towards the TC because it's gonna be taking a lot more damage than do. And that's one villager going down. Yes, that is. 2 villagers down so far from ACCM to MbL. Scouts and tower. Well, ACCM is getting very, very close to having enough resources to go up to the castle. He was so much closer before though. This is actually working. This is actually having a little bit of an impact from MbL. Good job. And ACCM is not going to be going out to the castle age anymore. So the trash over here is working beautifully for MbL. ACCM's gotten a little bit of extra TC time once again. Plus the villagers he's lost. And wheelbarrow over here. We're going to have the same villager count for both players. But MbL on a 3 villager lead if you account for wheelbarrow. So yeah. It's looking very strong. It's got spearmen over here, it's got scouts, the tower's coming out for sure, and ACCM. ACCM, I don't think he's mining stone. He's not. So he needs to buy the stone every time that he needs to go for a tower, which is going to be so much less efficient compared to MbL's tower push over here, of course. And it seems like in the end, both players will end up going up to the castle age at about the same time. Good job. This should be going in favor of ACCM. He's got the defender's advantage for sure. Both players going up to the castle age. We have a 8-second lead for MbL. And the archer ranges are coming in over here for ACCM. This trash is very effective in multiple ways. Not only did he delay the castle age for ACCM quite a bit, but also ACCM will not be able to go out the right hand side with the cavalry archer. It's gonna have to go over the left hand side. And because ACCM needs to take the towers down eventually to get access to the extra resources like the secondary gold over here, the wood, right? I was gonna have to eventually go for a siege workshop or send villagers over to try to batter the towers down, and that's just going to delay, of course, this cavalry archer production. Yeah, it's got a good amount of scouts, but he's not diving in just yet. There we go. Good play. Yeah, and the tower's going down. Good job. Is it though? It's not going down just yet, but it should be going down. We have Spearman over here for ACCM as well. Yeah, good job. Very, very good unit control. This was me, I probably would have lost the scout and the Spearman already. Maybe to villagers, or maybe to the tower itself, just trying to chase the villagers. Good job. Bloodlines coming in for MbL. ACCM is going for fletching only. His cavalry archer play is so badly delayed. He's only now going for the third archer range. No bloodlines. No fletching on time. It's going to take some time for him to even get to Arrow, and yeah. He's got the cavalry archers queued up. This is how bad the situation is for ACCM. He doesn't even have the third archer range. He cannot start queuing 3 at a time. Hey, ACCM did get Horse Collar. Yes, it did. Okay, this is what I wanted to see originally anyway. He's getting the tower up over here. That's pretty good. So now ACCM is going to have to make a switch over to the left-hand side wood line or to the south one as well. Good job. Oh, very close. He almost traps the scouts. And now he's got more cavalry archers coming out. But the tower's already up. So that's 3 towers around ACCM's base. He's gonna have to take care of eventually. And going for siege weapons is just going to make it so much harder for him to keep on producing cavalry archers. So what he's gotta do, he's got plenty of wood already, so he can just make the switch over here to the left-hand side just fine. I would like for him to go for an outpost so that he makes sure he's got vision in case MbL decides to go for another tower over here. Because for all ACCM knows, MbL is still collecting stone and might still be able to go for extra towers. But let's see though. That's 1 villager down. Okay, 2 villagers down. Good job. He could not garrison inside the tower. What happened over there though? I'm pretty sure the villagers should have been able to do it, right? Okay. He's coming out. I think he lost only 2 cavalry archers over here, but he got the scouts, he got the spearmen down, and he was able to get villagers down as well. Meanwhile, MbL is already going for camels. Villager count the same for both players. Once again, still wheelbarrow for MbL, no wheelbarrow for ACCM, so food economy is so much stronger for MbL. I would say ACCM's got about 10 minutes tops right now to start doing like some real good eco damage. If he does not go forward and start taking some villagers down, then MbL is gonna skyrocket. He's got the second TC already up, he's got the third TC already up, and he's securing 2 wool lines with one of the TCs plus a gold, and he's securing with the other TC another gold and another wool line as well. There's even a 4th TC coming up for MbL where he's gonna be securing the final secondary gold plus another wool line. So yeah, ACCM will probably be better off going for thumb ring and ballistics as well. He does not have thumb ring right now, so these are not particularly accurate. 5 villager lead for MbL. There we go. There you are. Yeah, the camels are getting cleaned up. That was actually pretty good for ACCM. He lost 3 cavalry archers, but he was able to get like what, 5 camels over here? All things considered is not the worst. He's got the siege workshop, the 1 ram coming out as well, and he should be able to clean this up. The question though remains, the biggest question over here is, will ACCM still have enough momentum after taking the towers down, or is MbL already going to be too far ahead? He's camping the villager. There's only 1 villager left inside the tower, so he's gotta be careful because he can take a lot of damage from the towers and the cavalry archers. MbL is not targeting though the cavalry archers at all. He's just targeting the ram, which is not going to work. There we go. Now he is. Good job. One cavalry archer going down. Villagers going out. The villagers going down as well. Pop goes the weasel. Playing whack-a-mole with the villagers. Yeah, there we go. Now MbL should end up losing a few villages over here. He'll still be, though, about 16 villages ahead, even if he loses these. Actually, maybe 18, 19 villages ahead. Man, just keeps on skyrocketing. More cavalry archers are coming out by the minute for ACCM, but I feel like this is already so late. A lot of camos for MbL already. He doesn't have scale barding armor even though, so MbL's camos are super weak. Now he's going for scale barding armor. With scale barding armor, ACCM only needs 24 cavalry archers to one-shot camels. Assuming that he gets thumbring or ballistics, right? Because these are not particularly accurate, but like on paper, 24 are going to have theoretically enough damage output. He's got the hill advantage right now. I don't think he's gonna be able to take this engagement though, so he's going to bail, yeah. A lot of cavalry archers taking some damage over here. He already has husbandry. Yeah, an extra stables coming in over here for MbL, who's gonna be on 4 stables with this. I think MbL's getting far ahead. He probably takes it on paper anyway, but with pros, you can never know. I agree. When I said that ACCM had about 10 minutes to do a good amount of damage, that was like 7 minutes ago or so, so I think the time window over here is closing very, very rapidly. And ACCM is going for thumbring right now. Alright, he's got a 4th archer range too, so it's gonna be going for more cavalry archers. I think this is still definitely doable for ACCM, but he's gotta hurry, man. MbL on the other hand is going for chain barding armor right now. That's going to make these camels a little bit stronger. 3 melee armor. Let's see. Here comes ACCM. Good job. Oh man, what happened? Why did he not go for the... Oh, there we go. Now he's going for that. I was going to say, why didn't he go for the choke point? He's got it. So who takes this? That's a lot of camels, man. And a lot of cavalry archers actually as well. So yeah, the camels are getting shredded. Good job. Beautiful position for ACCM. He still ends up losing a lot of these cavalry archers though. And MbL's coming forward as well. While ACCM won't be able to do much of anything with those cavalry archers. I think if he went for the choke point from the very beginning, he might have been able to get a little bit of a better trade. But now MbL is looking stronger, guys. He's got a lot of camels over here. Should be able to hold on against ACCM just fine. ACCM is basically going to be trapped in the choke point over here. He cannot get out. Well, yeah, I think we have gotten past the point of no return, where MbL has enough of an economy to keep production going of villagers and military at the same time. So as long as he does not want to save resources to go up to the Imperial Age, with 97 villagers, MbL is gonna be producing villagers and camels non-stop, while ACCM has struggled to retain a good amount of cavalry archers. So he gets cleaned up over here and he's left on only 14 cavalry archers, and even if he could keep production going from all 4 archer ranges, which he does not have the economy for right now, but even if he could, MbL would be unbreakable because of how many camels he's going for. Just the numbers over here are amazing for MbL, of course. Wouldn't be surprised to see him go for quadruple TC villager production and quadruple stable camel production, which means ACCM cannot push anymore. If he cannot push, then he cannot catch up. If he cannot do any eco damage, of course, MbL with 105 villages, how fitting, is so far ahead right now that I think ACCM, unfortunately, has very, very slim chances of taking this game. Very strong civilization in the Trush. Huge props to MbL for the Trush play over here because it did so much damage. It delayed the castle age for ACCM by quite a bit. And cavalry archer production, of course. You know what would be very, very nice? If they went for game number 7 regardless. I would love for that to be the case. I mean, it's only one more game, but anyway. Would you like to see a 7th game? I would certainly love to. Which civilizations do we have left though? Burgundians and Byzantines for ACCM, and MbL had... What did he have? Indians, he already used Malians. He has Vikings, right? I think he's got Vikings and one more, I don't remember. Wasn't it supposed to be? It was supposed to be a play 07, but they changed it to a best of 7 in the end. So yeah, this could very well be the last game. Hey, ACCM's managed to get a good amount of cavalry archers once again though. One more cavalry archer and he can one-shot these units. Because he's got ballistics right now as well, it's going to be significantly harder for MbL to approach these units without taking heavy losses. So hey, maybe it's not over. MbL's making a switch to elite skirmishers right now. And there's a siege workshop on the way for ACCM. Meanwhile, MbL's got a 4 TC by the way up. So his economy is just going to keep on growing substantially. Good job. MbL is making a switch to stone as well, so very soon we'll have he's going to have enough stone to go for a castle. Given the amount of TCs he's got, I think a defensive castle is not going to be strictly necessary. We'll see. Let's take a look at the engagement over here first though. That's a lot of skirmishers. The siege workshop's not coming up, so no mana's coming out for ACCM at all. It's now coming up. He's got it. Mangon is on the way. Meanwhile, we still have 31 cavalry archers. That's more than enough to one-shot camels. Just the skirmishers that are going to be a little bit of an issue, but after we get the mana out, then ACCM is going to be in an alright spot once again. So let's see, he's trying to take the hill advantage over here to take the units down. I think he's gonna be able to get it though. It's fine. Just gotta be careful, because if he does not focus the units, he ends up taking a lot of damage over here because the camels take so long to go down, skirmishers take so long to go down. From about 30 plus cavalry archers that ACCM had a minute ago, now he's gone down to 22. Meanwhile, MbL is in 21 military units himself. Extra TCs from ACCM coming in clutch to try and keep up with the economy, but yeah. I think after we get to the Imperial Age and MbL still retains a stronger economy, he could potentially make just a switch to cavalry archers himself, and there wouldn't be really a whole lot that ACCM would be able to go for himself, honestly. His own cavalry archers are not going to be anywhere near as strong after we get access to ring archer armor. But yeah, I wanted to take a look at a potential castle location. Because I feel like MbL, with all the pressure that he had going and with all the TCs that he's got, he does not need to go for a defensive castle. And that's exactly what we're going to get, a forward castle, as we wanted to see over here from Mr. MbL around this area. That's going to prevent ACCM from taking the stone. It's going to prevent ACCM from getting access to this wool as well. So good stuff. Like cavalry coming over here. ACCM starts to fall apart the seams a little bit. And here comes the castle. It's a very, very good surround coming in. I think ACCM is going to lose everything, so he just calls the GG, guys. MbL takes game number 6 for a final score of 4-2. Blue player over here is gonna be getting 60% of the prize for himself. ACCM is gonna be getting 40%. That's $180 to $120. Really well played to both players. It was a great series, and ACCM certainly put up a show himself as well, so there is no taking anything away from the red player. But well played. MbL does end up claiming this one, so let's go and take a look at the achievements one final time. Unless they actually do go for the 7th. I don't think they're going to go for the 7th game, but yeah, this should be the last one. Overall KDs, a little bit better for ACCM, approaching 4-3 KD ratio, very, very close to it. A little bit higher than 5-4 even, but it was not quite as strong. It was not strong enough anyway. From all the units he took, it was mostly military, while MbL got villagers down from ACCM, and of course got very cost-effective trades with skirmishers, with camels as well. Very, very well played from MbL. Overall, 11,000 extra resources for MbL as well this game. Just goes to show how incredibly good Indians are when you know how to play them. And for society, 128 to 91 villagers max count, with ACCM losing 15 villagers during this game. Meanwhile, MbL ended up losing only 8 villagers.